What are our topics this week? Oh, welcome to episode 2.
All right. Yeah.
Let's
Sorry.
see.
I
Chat.
have to.
Chat's functional. Mark is functional.
Oh,
Happy 4th of
yeah.
July
Happy 4th of July. For the special someone out there.
for those. And
I'm trying to.
this is me
You know.
tonight. Barrel 51. It's a bourbon and colored Kentucky bourbon, although it is from Auckland, New Zealand. So go figure.
I mean, we can't be the hopped up podcast if we don't at least drink on screen, right?
Yeah, a little something. I figured a little whiskey, and since Mark was doing he told me he was doing Sam Adams. So actually, let me get a little closer. I just realized my mic's like halfway across the room here. All right, there we go. And then I do have a much more American beer to celebrate the 4th.
Oh
to
yeah.
come along. So welcome to those who are in here. I got to pull up I'm still getting used to this whole console and everything. What do we got? Let's see. Oh, 33
Hope
people
everybody's
already,
doing
man.
well.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a week. We just celebrated the 4th. Did you do anything special on the 4th, John?
No.
No.
I spent a lot of
right.
I spent some of the time
Yeah.
answering questions like what do we do on the 4th? It's like birthday gifts, like Merry Fourthmas. I don't
true.
know.
We do have a topic that we want to cover on that because I feel like when people are kind of in the know, they know. But like all of my local friends are like, what do y'all do on Independence Day? Like what do you do? Like
You know what this tastes like?
what does it taste like?
This tastes like 1997, me sneaking a small little bottle of Jim Beam into the university football stadium to watch the game and just buying a soda there, buying a Coke and pouring it in. That's it's memories in a bottle right here.
Brilliant. That's what
Actually,
we like to hear.
no offense, leave it to the New Zealanders to make actually a quite smooth, good bourbon and Coke. So,
Hey, we just recently got like the Jim Beam and what is that? It's Jim Beam and soda. So we have like the Jim Beam highball and the
I've seen the
Centauri
Jim Beam.
highballs.
I've seen the Centauri Jim Beam highballs. Yeah, and if you guys
Yeah.
and gals don't,
We just
know
recently
Asia-
got those here, yeah.
Really, you just got those?
We just recently got those.
Yeah, so we get a lot of the Japanese drinks, especially here in Taiwan.
Oh,
Hong
yeah.
Kong, not as much.
It depends. Like we have a lot of these specialty stores, and then you have to go there for like the Japanese stuff. Like unless it's seasonal, so like summer and fall are the big like seasonal promotions that they do like for Japan. So they have like the summer festival drinks, so like all of your fruity strong zeros and all that stuff. There you go.
For those who are asking in chat, just keep talking. I'm gonna try to get it focused so
Yeah.
you can read.
So we get like our fruity strong zeros and like fruity beers and light beers and craft beers or specific like season special beers from Japan and drinks from Japan. We'll get those like in the summertime, and then you know how Asahi and Sapporo and Kirin, they do their special cans, like their summer edition cans or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Like
so we
cherry
get
blossoms,
those.
they'll have the cherry
Yeah,
blossom
yeah,
can.
exactly. And then so we drink a lot of like you get a lot of Orion beer from Okinawa.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of Orion here. Yeah, like
Oh, it's so good.
every convenience store has Orion.
Yeah, and it's a great like light, crispy kind of beer you drink on a hot day. You just chug it and you forget, and it's so good.
It's basically the Coors Light of Asia.
Yes,
That's essentially
just
what I would call
with a
Orion beer.
bit more flavor, I would say.
And Tiger is probably my go-to.
Tiger's not bad.
Yeah.
Although if we're in the same ballpark with Tiger, I would suggest like I would go for either Chang or Singha, the Thai ones.
Yeah,
little
Singha you
bit
can
more
get.
flavor.
Chang's a little harder to find here. You have to usually go to like a Thai restaurant.
The Thai restaurants, yeah. Chang's all right. It's just like it's a little bit more.
So.
Oh yeah.
But hi back
we
to
have
Finland there. Kamakasa 420.
We have we have an expert in the chat of all things food
Yeah.
and travel. I would like to highlight the one and only.
And also, and yes, and I want to say thank you for the subscription to the channel, Masaki.
Finally.
I saw the subscription notification popped up an hour ago. Appreciate that.
You know you're Masaki approved when you like have to surpass 200,000 subscribers, and then he'll be like, okay, I'll give you this one.
And speaking of that, let me do a beautiful segue here. By the way, this will be our last show on this channel. We qualified, not last show, but last show
Yeah.
on the Airsoftology channel. There'll be some promotion and stuff and some links over, because this show is not incredibly Airsoft related, right? I mean, it is a little bit, but it's,
You're right.
it could be a topic or two in here, but it's not going to be the core. And we wanted to get it started here to get, everyone that we knew, our friends, all of you guys and gals out there.
Yep.
But we do have a new channel. If you look at the description right below this video, it's the first link. If you could do us a solid and head over there and mash the sub button, that would be incredible, because starting next week, that's where we're going to be moving this to. In fact, I think it should be live now. I have the last week's episode uploaded over there. And then we're going to be doing videos beyond that. So as soon as this one's done, I'm going to move it over there, upload it, and then it'll be a video that's watchable, and then we're going to go from there. So yeah, first link in the description on that. Please mash the sub button. We'd love to have you over there, and I don't want you to miss out and be here next Monday going, well, Jonathan, Mark, where the heck are you guys? Well, we're over
I thought
there.
you guys got 2 episodes and y'all gone.
Yeah,
no,
man.
I think this is that was a good idea. It was something that we kind of talked about in our test episode as well, right? We eventually want to migrate everything over there, because this being episode 2, we're still kind of figuring out where our direction is, right? We enjoy talking about food, we enjoy talking about traveling, we also enjoy talking about kind of what's going on. So I like to keep it like a topical show. We both have topics we bounce back and forth, and then we like to talk about just the travel and stuff. And I feel like, a lot of you guys DM me, and I know probably John, or you get a bunch of questions, just like, oh, what's it like living out there? Or hey, what's it like doing this or that? We would usually do at home. What's it like doing it over here? I got one, what's your guys' fishing scene like? I get questions like that. So
That's not my
I
world.
think it'd be interesting.
That's your
right?
world.
Well, I haven't gone fishing in such a long time. I'd say a couple years, but that's something I've been trying to get with the Lilacs guys to do. So hopefully someday it'll happen.
Yep. Soon.
Oh,
Soon.
yeah. Okay.
What, are you reading
Soon.
chat too? Yeah, I'm reading chat.
Yeah, I am.
Masaki's
Dude,
dropping the knowledge in chat, by the way.
I know.
So, by the way, join in the chat. We last week. Chat got wild. We loved it, wild in a good way. So please, and it's a free for all. So just whatever conversation. If you guys are heading down a path, then
just
we'll
roll with
follow
it, guys.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. We'll
just go
jump
with
in.
it.
We'll comment on it, because we do have. You notice the topics we do have on the screen, but they are subject to change at any moment, essentially.
Yep. It's like a guideline. It's just this is kind of where we're going, and we can definitely split into different ways. I think it's more interactive that way.
Yeah. So, well, cool. Masaki got subbed over there too. All right, cool.
Nice. This guy, the MVP. You get 2 Masaki subs in one day.
I know, man. What's up?
Man,
Jeez.
dude.
Winning.
So, other than the festivities of the 4th, what else have you been doing this week?
This week, man, I've been overhauling the website, my company side. So that's been something I've been trying to focus on SEO. That's been a big project of mine that I've been overlooking.
Oh my God.
I know. Because I broke away my patch store,
Right.
my patch business away from Airsoftology. So I'm trying to separate my companies now, cleanly. So it's patchfiend.com is that. Yeah, shameless plug there. Link is in the description too.
Link in the description below.
Yeah, links in the description below. I'm telling you, Mark, you and I have got to talk before next week, or actually chat. Here's my challenge to you, chat. For those of you that know the store, I got Tactical Dogs. I got an artist that's amazing at that, but he's got some pretty good skills. He was a Disney and DreamWorks artist. So to give you some idea of his background and skills. I also have some other artists I work with. We need to get a patch in the store for Mark. We just got to figure out. So that's the challenge to chat. Brainstorm. What should we do? Really. So yeah, I've been working on that. I mean, it is just, tedium taking photos and uploading and all that, and then trying to do keyword research and
I feel you, man. SEO,
it's
it's
day job.
it's some of the most geeky things to do, and it is quite tedious, not gonna lie. It is other than doing videos, it's I hop into our descriptions. So I make sure we gotta make sure everything is optimized for so when people come and search our website or on Google, they get the right result, at this for those of you that may not know, SEO, it's search engine optimization. because trust me, I've had people ask me what does that even mean. It sounds so technical. So it's basically us, making sure that what we're doing in our descriptions and our websites and so on are easy for you guys to find on Google and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, man. So
Yeah, for those
I've
of you
been
who know,
kind
I
of
mean,
doing the same thing.
I'm like a one-man show here. So
I feel you. It's got to be a pain in the butt. I mean, given the fact that we're the same way. I mean, we have the whole company, Max and myself and Jackie. We're trying to put in a lot more content on the website, and that's really been taking a lot of time behind the scenes of what we have to do. So, hey, it's fun. It's all good. Oh, Steve said there is no link for HoppedUp.
No link for HoppedUp. I should have put it in there. Let's look.
We put it in chat as well.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
channel.
Steve? Steve? Like Steve? We just talked about him today, Steve? Or that's a different Steve?
No, it's different Steve. That's not a different Steve.
Okay.
So it should be, it said HoppedUp Podcast Episode Live. It may not have pushed it out. I did edit details. It shows it there. I'd have to look at this stream live.
Oh,
okay.
Stu said it worked for him.
Johnny Sniper 117 says top link. Okay, cool. You guys are working.
All right.
I also put it in
Thank
chat
you
if you want to see it.
Yeah.
So I just scrolled. If you scroll up a little bit in chat, look for the Airsoftology bright yellow thing. Also, when we get over there, we're gonna get some I'm gonna try to do channel badges and stickers and stuff like that, so we can have some fun in chat, things like that. So.
Yeah, we just want to make sure we build that channel up, to where it is, and so we get more functionality, and everybody gets to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more interactive.
Yeah.
It's how teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, YouTube kind of crunches you back if you don't have 1,000 subs, so we just kind of hit that, and then once that we can still stream though. That's good. So. Oh, Robert, yeah, it may not have refreshed for you, Robert. I'm reading chat. It says his LinkedIn workroom. It might not have refreshed on the page, the description box. I think that's pretty static on mobile, so you might actually have to reload the page. It's cool. It'll be there after we get off, or if you want to jump on now, just I think just need to maybe pop out, hop in. Cool.
Yeah.
So, but if you look at chat, I put it in chat, so it's just scroll up.
Yeah,
Link is working. 12 subs. We have 12 subs. What?
Nice. Hey, you guys are awesome, man. Not gonna lie, you guys are great. So that's what you did this week.
Yes.
I did a whole bunch of. I don't even know what I did. We had a short week this week, so we crunch at work. I've been fixing some website stuff, and afterwards, just I don't even know what I did all week. I was busy with a bunch of work stuff. I didn't say that. I was recovering from our game we had last Saturday, and so I pulled my groin. Good times. Yeah, times. I know. Good times. They sent they pulled a guard, and they pulled their guard at me, so I speared him right in the face, and then so I had to go jam the center because he wanted to come back at me. So I was doing one of these I felt like Captain America at that one moment. Right?
Yeah, you're grabbing
and then
both.
My groin gave out.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then my groin gave out.
Well,
and so I was walking around, being made fun of. It was like, "Oh, babe, you look like an old man." I'm like, "Oh, gee, thanks."
So you're skipping leg days, what I'm hearing. That's what I heard here, right?
No, I switched it up, right? So I usually have my leg days on Friday, but we had our game on Saturday. So Friday, I kind of took the day off. I was kind of just chilling, right? Just chilling with it. And I did my leg day on Wednesday. Thursday, I took a day off. And after that, we played, I got hurt, and I was done. I was just I played the whole game. Next day I was sore. I was sore all the way to this week. And then we had practice on Saturday. So I'm on Sunday. So, hey, what better way to celebrate the 4th than, playing football, I guess.
That is about as good as it gets. I'm making sure to get everybody the thanks. If I'm missing thanks.
Yes. So speaking of the 4th.
Yes, the 4th.
Okay. Taiwan. I'm sure there's a big enough expat community over there. What's the 4th like there?
Yes and no. Well, now with the way the COVID restrictions are here, it's been a little different because obviously you can't go out and do anything at this point.
Right.
We're kind of all just chilling at the house. I mean, pretty much every restaurant's takeout only. There's no venues open. Those kind of things. But normally there are some expat like bars and restaurants that people go to
Yeah.
for all the major holidays, including the 4th. If you want to watch, even like the British pubs will do like American football sometimes. They usually do
Yeah.
football most of the time, and
Of course.
those kind of things. So yeah, I mean, there are places to go, but as for like a strong American expat community here, I've yet to discover it. Aside from my neighbors, there's on my floor here. There's 4 of us, and out of the 4 of us, 3 of us are American, and the 4th is Canadian. So
Close enough.
yeah, it's close enough, right? But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Obviously, you watch from afar, you kind of look. Normally I would do the fireworks thing, but obviously this year, just haven't been able to travel and all that. But
Well, last year, what like couldn't you do something like what did y'all do last year?
I don't know what I did last year. I don't think I did anything last year, to be honest.
Hmm.
I think I was just here. I'm trying to recall what I did. I just cannot remember, to be honest with you. But yeah, here in the UK we drink bitter on the 4th. Yeah. One thing I didn't do is drink tea. That's right. But on that note, one thing I did do on the 4th was I watched America the Motion Picture this year.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God. On Netflix.
Wow.
Oh my God. Like,
Oh my Lord. Where do we even begin?
yeah, like chat. Have you
Yeah.
watched this
Have you guys
thing?
watched it? Yeah. Like, okay, so in case chat hasn't watched it, let's talk about this in a least spoilerific manner, if that makes any sense.
Let's
Okay.
see. It is stereotypical of pretty much everything.
Yes. Yes.
It actually carries a pretty decent message at the end. It's over the top. It's okay. First off, it's made by the guys that do Archer. If I can just say that, this will probably sum it up. It's made by the same people that do Archer, the TV series. So for those of you who watch Archer, you know exactly what you're stepping into here.
Yeah.
Now imagine they just take it and they turn it up extra.
Oh, it's extra. I mean, like it. Fuko, you said like it looked ridiculous. You haven't watched it yet, bro. You have
no idea.
idea how
absolutely no
ridiculous it actually is. Like the first 3 minutes of that thing, you're watching it. You're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
It looks like a YouTube spoof of a movie spoof. It looks like a parody of a parody. And when you're watching it, you're like, what is even going on?
Here's the deal. It's a cartoon, and it's freaking hilarious. I will, since we are all adults here, I'm gonna go find the Red Band trailer and drop this sucker right in
please do.
chat. Here we go, because the Red Band trailer is the good one. It'll be unfiltered.
Oh
So,
yeah,
hang on.
it is really good. Like, how do I put? Like, I was talking to we were talking about this before we started, and
There, it's in chat now.
how I summed it up, how it was coming off to me in my mind. It is the quintessential American patriotic thing, media piece of film, because on one hand it's quintessential because like it's so yeah America yeah, and on the other hand
On
it's
purpose,
like,
mind
it's
you.
just shamelessly making fun of everything, and I think it's such a statement, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So if you had a chance to watch it,
It's pretty wild, yeah. Like, obviously, we'd love to keep you here. Don't jump off. I see the concurrent viewers are like, they all leave. It's like, we're gonna watch the trailer.
oh, don't go yet.
Come back. But yeah, it's hilarious, man. It's the funniest, like over the top, like the stereotypical, like the views of like how they portray the British versus the American. Like it's every stereotype, just put in there.
Like you gotta love it, man.
Yeah,
It is so good. It is so ridiculous that it's good.
Oh my gosh,
So.
it's Stay Fresh Shoe Airsoft. What's up, man?
Hey,
That is
my
awesome.
goodness.
Now, speaking of somebody else from across the pond. So, Mark, do you watch Stay Fresh Shoe? You ever seen his stuff?
No, I have not.
Dude, you need to check his channel out for real. Good stuff.
Okay.
Absolutely good stuff. Speaking of a little bit tongue in cheek, little that British flair, I guess, the UK flair.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I think there's a lot of like hidden gems, like British airsoft YouTubers.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys over there that make some really good quality content.
Yeah, he's putting out good stuff. See, he's super undersubscribed. Like
Okay.
literally
I'm gonna have to go check this guy
for
out.
under 5K. And he's pumping out
Oh,
like a daily vid. He
wow.
does it his is very much like Twitch streamer style, a lot of his stuff.
Okay.
So if you're either like the Twitch streamer kind of format, like kind of the feel, it's definitely worth it. But he'll do like this gameplay, he'll mix in reviews, and he'll kind of just cover topics. It's a little bit of everything. So
Oh, that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I guess. Hey, man, I'll go. I'll definitely go check that out, either later tonight or tomorrow when I get back to the office. For sure. For sure.
Yep.
Chat. If you see me looking off, that's because I'm also reading chat.
Yeah, me
So
too.
don't
If
you
you see
worry,
me over
guys.
here,
Like,
I'm like
yeah.
my chat's like right here too.
If we're looking this way, that's the reason.
Yeah, Ron
So
McGain just checked out the trailer. He's dying.
it's great. It's hilarious.
Wait, Danorama Pajama, the lazy game cat's back, and he can't stick around for live, but he wants to drop a question in here for later.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Danorama. Go ahead, man. Drop that question.
Drop it. Drop the
Love
knowledge
it.
on us. So, what else we got? 4th of July's, man.
So,
Overseas, it's, I think here, because in Taiwan we have National Day.
Yes.
So,
We just had the Hong Kong one on
Yeah.
July 1st.
yeah, 'cause that's I think the Hong Kong one parallels China as well. Same.
I
Correct?
think so.
I think so.
But like Hong Kong, I don't think so. No. It's not
No, it
the
isn't?
same.
It's a different
so
day?
Hong Kong, yeah, Hong Kong is the July 1st was the Special Administrative Region Establishment Day.
Oh, okay.
So the day of the handover.
All right. Gotcha.
So it was that. But it's the same day as Canada Day.
Okay.
So all the Canadian expats here are celebrating on the same day as the Hong Kong handover. So they're extra happy.
So it's Canadian.
So-
I'm
so that- yeah.
I'll answer Danorama's question. If you got a little bit of cash, check out something called the Mantis Trainer.
Yes.
Check that out
That's
if you're
a good
looking.
one.
So
Mantis,
Danorama, he
yeah.
asked a question. I just want to get this one out of the way for him because I know he's going. Says, as a new player who can't shoot at home, what else can we do to train before events? Definitely look at the Mantis Trainer. It's by far probably the best tool I've seen for dry fire training.
Yeah.
They'll let you fire without even shooting anything. So check that out. That's worth it. A little pricey, but I don't think terrible. So, Mantis training tool. Let's see. Mantis X is the website. MantisX.com.
It mounts onto the bottom of your Picatinny rail, and then you can see your reaction times on the on your phone.
Yep. Starts at $100
it'll
bucks.
Yeah, it'll tell you what you need to work on, like your trigger break, are you jerking the trigger, your trigger placement. You know, it kind of senses all that.
Yep. Totally worth using.
Works
it.
really good with Airsoft because you also get the reciprocation of your slide, so it kind of accounts into some of like your recoil mitigation factor as well. So that's a good trainer.
Yeah, and there's a couple different tiers. You can start off with just the dry fire version. I think it says like $100 US, 99 US, and then like mid 100s is like the one that actually will take live fire from a real firearm, and then go up from there. So
Yeah. Cool dudes too, the Mantis guys. Got to meet them at, I think it was IWA one year, or was it SHOT? Anyways, one of those two. They were there. I think they were at both one year.
yeah, they actually
So
do
I
a booth
bumped
on
into 'em.
Media Day there. So if you
Yeah.
go out, if you're out at Media Day and you go out to the desert, they have a booth they display there, as well as they have one on the floors too, as well too. But they're out there, and I've usually talked to them. I think the guy's name is Alpha. Like that's legit his name.
I forgot who my contact was, but he's glasses guy. Are we talking about the same dude?
No, this
Tall,
guy's
kinda
this guy's
glasses.
tall-ish, but I don't think he has glasses. I can't recall, but I think his name is legitimately Alpha. Like that's actually his real given name. So,
Hey,
but it's absolutely one of the better tools if you want to just practice. I mean, it's going to help you in airsoft. It'll help you in real steel shooting too. So both really work. And again, I think probably one of the few semi-affordable tools out there. I mean, it's less than an airsoft pistol essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
that It will really genuinely help you just by dry pulling the trigger. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. You know, and again, I can't stress how much like it's really going to give you a lot of good helpful feedback when it comes to just your performance, how to get more accurate. Like it was like, for example, when you do double taps, it'll tell you, hey, you're jerking the trigger, or you're shifting, your front sight.
Yeah, or your
It's
finger
minute things.
position. Yeah, your
Yeah.
finger placement on your trigger is off, and it will actually
Yeah.
give you corrective action, saying, "Okay, try placing your finger like a little bit more to the right on the trigger, a little to the left." It'll like give you an idea of
Yeah.
like what you're doing. Like Mark said, you're jerking it, you're overcompensating for recoil, things like that. So it's pretty cool, and since it works in 3-dimensional space, basically it's I think a really sensitive like
It's like a
gyroscope.
gyroscope.
Yeah, like a gyroscope.
With a sensor.
Yeah. And so it's basically it'll show you as you shoot, it'll show you the motion, and you can practice, like you said, drawing and shooting, and it will walk you through that. So yeah. Okay, Steve Foster, I want to cover this topic. I've actually covered it in a video, but it was a long time ago. So Steve Foster brings up the Mantis system looks interesting, but I'm getting mixed signals over dry firing airsoft guns. Is it safe for the gun, etc.? So yes and no, depending on the type of dry firing you're doing. So in this case, the Mantis system will work with you never cycling the slide. You don't have to put gas or CO2 in it, and it'll just work off the trigger pull itself. If you want to take it a step further and add the recoil, it will calculate that.
Yeah.
Now, for airsoft, I would recommend you with green gas, or even dusters kind of going the way of the dodo, but with green
CO2.
gas, and CO2, I would say it's a little different. CO2, you're gonna have a bit more wear and tear on your system, and all pistols are kind of roughly designed to have a bit of back pressure from that BB. So if you talk to the manufacturers, like specifically, I think my video was spurred by a conversation I had with Umarex in regards to their 1911 TAC pistol, the CO2 powered one, that dry firing is not great for the longevity of the pistol, specifically being CO2. I think, obviously, anytime you pull the trigger, you're adding wear and tear to the internal components. It might just be the trigger spring and the hammer and a few other things, because you're still going to have to rack the slide to recock the internal hammer or whatever kind of system you're running. If you're running a revolver, then it's different. But I'm assuming you're running a semi-automatic pistol in this case. So yes, there will be a bit of wear and tear. That's just going to be part of it, and absolutely yes. And then by putting gas in the gun, so it will add a little wear and tear, but that's kind of part of the game. And again, you're probably going to deal with wear and tear in maybe the air nozzle, like the loading nozzle, that polymer piece, and then around the springs on the hammer itself, I think.
Yeah, that's probably where you're going to get your wear and tear from. But one of the good things that I find, like, at least if you're talking from strictly an airsoft point of view, is a lot of times you can work on a lot of that out of the holster, present, break, and then you can kind of get your data and then work it back to the holster, right? Like a lot of times, like when we're transitioning your pistol, chances are, man, this is it. Your primary is out and you got to take the shot. I mean, sounds so serious, but like that's
it's airsoft. It's serious business, man. What are you talking about?
It is. It's serious business. It's a
super serious.
Hobby. So like that's where I find, like, for me, like that's where I would really like that piece of equipment. Fortunately, because of what I do, I get to shoot often. But if I just had to train at home, just kind of work out a pistol, present, break, get my readings. Oh, okay, I'm a little off. Put it back in, rack it once, one more time, break. How much dry firing are we gonna do to cause that much wear and tear? We're gonna have some breakage, right? So like I think the guys, when I was talking to the Mantis guys, they were using a 226, a CO2 powered 226, and I think they've ran that gun during the duration of that whole show. And I think it worked out all right. I mean, it didn't feel like there was anything wrong with it by the end of the show. So I don't know. I totally hear your point, Jono, but like how much dry firing are we gonna do before you're gonna break something?
That's true.
Right?
I agree. I mean, I think too, when you're looking at rifles, I think there's probably a bit more longevity built into them. A lot of actually airsoft rifles, like gas blowback M4s and AKs, have a dry fire
Yeah.
switch on the magazine to allow you to do just that. So
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the VFC guns have that now. So like if you guys are interested like in the dry firing platform, they have a switch on the magazine. You pop up and you put it back in your gun and away you go. So just give that a try.
yep. So all right, Punch 92 made the stream. Welcome here.
Yes.
Wolfpack
Oh, and,
Airsoft in for the drive in the morning. Welcome.
yeah. Hope we can keep you company on your drive.
Yep. Little live here, and then we'll have it later. So again, I'm putting links in the chat, by the way. So as we go, that'll be there. Also, it's in the description of the video, description box, first link of the new HoppedUp podcast Airsoft channel. It's we're doing an Airsoftology for these first two, but we are moving over there. So definitely, if you want to see this next week and going forward, just grab one of those links you see as they scroll by occasionally in chat or in the description box, first link. Hit the sub button over there, and next week and going forward, you'll find Mark and myself over there chatting with you. So
On the other place.
yep. Good
Yes.
morning. The other place is opposed to The Good Place, which by the way is a very good TV show. Hans, good morning. Private
Good
Bumpkin.
morning. Good morning. Good morning.
You're-
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into the shotguns that Marui announced. I had a very spicy conversation with a colleague of mine this morning about that shotgun, and I'll leave that for
What,
later.
the Flak 10?
No, the Sega 12.
Oh, the Sega 12. Okay.
Yeah.
You've probably got a little more exposure to the Sega 12 than I do.
You know, I think your and I's exposure is about the same because we're also in the same Japan media chat group. So you know, I think our exposure is the same. But mine was more like today. I had some time to sleep on it, and I did have a slight hot take, and we'll get to that later.
All right.
But so I just want to get through one of these the rest of these topics that we have. So we talked about like what do we do celebrate the 4th of July overseas. You know, this year is usually a little bit difficult because like, you know, COVID and all that. But usually we usually go for you know, maybe some barbecue or steak or something American, you know.
Yeah.
I remember one time my better half and we went out to have some food, and we were having a couple of beers, and we FaceTime called my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good times. No, it was on purpose too.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
It was on purpose too. My mom was like, "Oh, where are you guys at?" Out.
Yeah. All right. I'm actually adding it to the topic list as we're talking. So
All right.
Do a little quick edit.
Cool. Fantastic.
Let me get the positioning right. There,
So, which does lead me into the third
my
topic
numbers
here that
are
we
off.
have. It's all good. I mean, it is the HoppedUp podcast for a
it
reason,
is.
bro.
Yeah, I'm only one in, man. What the heck? Jeez. Please get the
It's okay. We're getting old, Jono. It's all good. It's all good, bro. We're getting old.
I don't want to talk about it. Shh.
Oh man.
At least I didn't do 2 number 4s. That's a good thing. So this is live. We all know it's live, right? There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So so here's the thing, right? So I find very interesting when we talk about festivals or like Western holidays here in Asia. And the one that always sticks out to me is Thanksgiving, because no one gets the concept of this.
I agree.
Because you know, I'm sure you get the same thing too, right? You're over there in Taipei. Do you ever get that feeling? It's like you go into late October and they're like mid-October and they're breaking out the Christmas decorations.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this huge
100%
pet peeve
yes.
of mine. I can't do it. I can't deal with it, man. I lived
it's
here for so
October
long.
1.
I can't deal with it.
It's October 1, and Bing freaking Crosby is singing White Freaking Christmas
Yes.
in every shop here. And I'm like, it's not even Halloween yet. How can you be doing this?
Yeah.
It's not even Halloween yet. So,
Like you'll start to see like the Halloween decorations come out, right?
yeah.
But then like at the same time you start seeing all the Christmas stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like so Winky's right. They don't even do Halloween except for certain places. Certain places that we will do a bit of Halloween, just a little. And like they have all the Christmas stuff kind of like in the wings, right? So the moment Halloween is done, they rip all the Halloween stuff off and they load like Jingle Bells and like, Silent Night, and the Mariah Carey is playing everywhere. And it's just ridiculous, man. It's and so we always say, like Winky and I, when we're going out, we always say like, what in the heck? Um, why can't why are you guys putting up decorations so early? It's not even Thanksgiving yet. And all of our friends would go.
And then they break the cardinal rule also of the Christmas decorations will stay up until June. I'm not kidding, man. Like my old apartment, like where I used to live before I moved to this unit, it's kind of out in the suburbs. And I don't know why. It was just one of those like small little things. I take the elevator down. I leave my building and have to walk through like an outside area into like another area to take the elevator down, like to go out. And I'd walk past it and they'd have these little solar powered Santa glowing balls for the glow in the dark balls Santa sack. And it was like March 17th, April 12th, June 30th, and it's still there. I'm like,
I mean, if it's in June, is there even a point to take them out? Like that is, they've been up there for 6 months. Keep them,
Yeah.
Good point. Like, so the only reason why people here take down the Christmas decorations is because they immediately got to go into Chinese New Year. So like Christmas decorations would go until like January first week, and then they're gone, and then it's like power through right into Chinese New Year's. It's kind of like right now, it's not even. Well, I was about to say it's not even July yet, but it is July. It's the first week of July, and they're already doing Mid-Autumn Festival stuff. Oh, the king of beers.
The king of beers. It's about as American.
King of beers.
By the way, this is the since the HoppedUp the podcast, right? HoppedUp podcast, we got to do it. This is number 2 for me, and all right. Number 1 of the very American. You did Sam Adams.
I gotta get. I'll be right back. I gotta get my second one.
Anybody know what that says? Oh, we can refocus that. Look at that. Well, now my traditional is really bad. I can't read. So yes, perpetual, and then of course perpetual Chinese New Year decor too. You see everything sitting around until the next year. But yeah, I will say for sure, like if you look at like there'll be a little Christmas stuff showing up, and then a second like the day like November 1st, it's Christmas. Yeah, so it's pretty savage. And then Christmas music does play through January here too. So it's like number 2, little Boston.
Yeah,
I got a little St. Louis, Missouri here, or. I don't know. This one's probably made over here somewhere.
Little Boston.
Well, it's made over here because it's got, got some traditional written there on the side. Let's see where is this one made at? Taiwan? Is it local? Oh no, I can't read it. It's in Chinese.
That is one thing. Oh, we have a new sub, Jono. Mm-hmm. Niru, thank you for subscribing.
Niru Theo. Wow, this tastes just like it does everywhere.
Consistency.
Yep, I totally have. I've done the Taiwan pineapple beer, which is a mix of pineapple juice and beer, exactly as described. So, is
this the cherry wheat Sam Adams? No, this is just the basic Sam Adams.
Winky had a Budweiser. See, at least I'm Winky approved as opposed to you drinking Sam Adams.
Hans, I am in Hong Kong right now.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys don't know,
Jono and I were practically neighbors.
Yeah. So Mark that way. Let me point the right way. Mark is in Hong Kong. I'm in Taipei, Taiwan.
That's right. So we're in Asia right now. So we're living in the future. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, it's a little bit after 10 p.m. here.
Yeah.
No Boston. Oh, that's Boston. Right. Wait. I get it now. Winky, you lived in NYC. It's a baseball. This is all right. This is a Red Sox Yankees thing, isn't it?
No. It's a Patriots Jets thing.
Oh, it's a Patriots Jets. Okay, I was going with American baseball. Patriots Jets. I can totally see that too. So
yeah, it's a Patriots.
Wait, Winky, you're a Jets fan?
She's a Jets fan.
You know what? Hey, I'm a Tennessee Titans guy, so I have.
The Titans is good though right now.
Are they? I haven't watched it in a couple years, so. been a
Like the
while.
Titans are doing pretty good right now. They're one of the better teams in the AFC right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Winky feels my pain. Like you're so close, but so it just never hitting there. So it's
I don't know,
yeah,
man. Using the word so close with the Jets, I feel like it's a little.
yeah.
Look, man.
But I feel the pain.
They
Yeah, I feel the pain.
they got Zach Wilson, which looks like a guy that should play in the Disney music, the musical, one of their musicals, right? The High School Musical.
He does.
You
It looks
know,
like a High School Musical. He does. He has like
he's a
that
good-looking
Disney
guy.
face.
I'm not gonna lie, but the man's gonna go bring the Jets from 2 wins. So who knows?
Yeah, man. The
Shut
Titans
up.
haven't been good since McNair was there. So McNair and George and the rest of the crew, man. Those are the good old days.
Oh yeah, well.
Man.
Well, it's okay. The Patriots. We have a QB named Mac Jones right now. So, I mean, Cam's all right, but we have Big Mac Jones as our next QB.
Big Mac Jones.
I miss Tom Brady. Can we just bring him back?
Yeah, you got to. He's gone, man. He's gone.
Look, I will follow Tom Brady wherever he goes, but I just wish he would just retire in a Patriots jersey. But that's for the football podcast.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, we got to, and that's one thing too. Like when we make this move, we really got to figure out what. Like we're all over the place. We really got to figure out what our topic is going to be. So
Yeah, I think you know what, you were hitting on a good point earlier. We can definitely do episodes, and I think we can do it like by week. Right, so it gives us time, let's say for one week we do, hey, this is travel week, then we can talk about travel topics. We do a food week, we do a sports week, then we can give the people what they want, do an airsoft week. I don't know.
Yep.
What would you guys think? You guys would you guys like something like that we can kind of focus on, maybe one topic a week, and we can kind of cycle through that so everybody kind of gets a little something, right?
Yeah. Or do we want to have
can
like
go
some
on
kind of
forever.
theme, like is
Yeah.
it maybe like beers, food, culture, life? I don't know. We got to figure it out. We got a while. Speaking of which, since we
check this
talk
out,
about
guys.
differences, segue to number 3 here. Differences in Asia and the West.
Yeah.
You know,
Lay's potato chips.
Lay's potato chips. So, wait, how do I say Lay's? Lei shi? Lo shi. Lo shi. Okay, sorry. My Mandarin instructor's off camera over here. Lo shi. All right, so Lay's is lo shi. Why lo shi? Lo shi. Is closest phonetic to Lay's? Okay. So this is beef noodle. I've not tried this one yet. I've totally not tried this. This is niu rou mian, or beef noodle soup. That's what
Dude.
rou mian. So yeah, that one I'm like, and this is about as Taiwanese as a dish in flavor as you could possibly get. So,
Oh yeah, 100%.
So yep, PepsiCo has an office here, and they always do some crazy wild flavors. And they've been doing this international thing, so they'll have a couple local ones, and then they'll have like flavors from around the world. So, all right, little.
All right, man.
AMSR.
Taste test.
All right. Oh, by the way, too, in the West, at least in the States, grabbing a bag at opening is no problem. Here,
Yeah.
they seal
Here.
these things with the wrath of God. Like the
Yeah,
seal
it's
on
super glued.
it's like you will bust the bag before you can break this top seal.
Yeah,
In the States,
exactly.
I was like, no problem, boom, bust it open. And here, you're like literally, you're afraid. I'm literally afraid I'm gonna pop the bag, like, and blow the bag out. So I'm just gonna cut it.
Yeah. Oh, so Ho Chang,
Is it the
earlier we
same
were
for
talking
you,
about
Mark,
this.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah. So
Freaking bags are glued
guys,
shut.
I swear to God, like the potato chip bags here, like, man, you got to do bicep curls and like a bunch of tricep work just to get your arms ready, and your lats got to be flexed just to open this bag of potato chips. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Ho Ching was saying, I better get some weird potato chips.
Oh.
Earlier we were talking, Jack and Jill.
Oh,
Jack and Jill has the roast
Sure.
goose flavored potato chips. She's not feeling
you
it.
should have seen the look. I was like, and Chang, I was like, oh, it smells like. She's like, oh, and the look on her face was just terrible. All right.
MSG in a bag. It's MSG in a bag. Best favorite of all time is the honey mustard Lay's. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, true. The honey mustard lays is pretty good. Not gonna lie. All right, what's the verdict, Jono?
I think they got it. It is. All right. This is actually pretty beef noodle soup. Yeah, this is pretty. I don't know if Stu's tried these yet. So.
No, I wouldn't put it past him. The man's got a whole album dedicated to island adventures.
Yeah. But they just dropped these flavors like this week. I've been seeing different ones or 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we have a whole we have a way less wacky stuff here in Hong Kong. Like
7.5 out of 10.
we do have a few.
Not
We
bad.
do have a few, but seven out of 10.
7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough.
gonna get- wait.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna get the local. Wait, what do you give it? How many? 6 or 7 out of 10. Okay, so there we go. We got both of us.
Okay,
here.
okay.
6 or 7
Oh,
out of 10.
Masaki gonna bring Japanese Pringles next time, so I feel like we need to have him on as our first guest then.
Yeah, we do.
There's
Let's
no
see.
escaping this,
Oh,
Masaki.
the honey
you
mustard
gotta come
ones. Yeah, the honey mustard lays.
on. Yeah, the honey mustard ones are pretty good.
All right. And then I got another one here too, which I keep forgetting what it's called.
I swear, this looks like General Tso's chicken.
Yeah, Shinsuji. It's the Taiwanese basil. It's like fried chicken. It's like salty fried chicken with basil. It's pretty much you go to the night market and you'll find this like.
Oh,
everywhere.
right. It's kind of like karage, just it's not karage.
Yeah, because the chicken itself has like they marinate it in a very
Yeah.
distinct marinade. So like the
Yeah, it
meat
is.
itself has like this really interesting flavor. And
And then they sprinkle that,
Ooh.
you know, the stuff, and isn't it the same stuff you get at Hot Star?
yeah. So it's gonna be like you
Yeah.
can get it spicy powder if you want to add it. So you can add for
Yeah.
you know like they'll ask you. Yeah, I mean they'll go
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and you
Yeah.
go oh yeah shala.
So
I usually
guys,
ask for-
listen overseas, down over there in Taiwan, because we also have some of these chains here in Hong Kong. You can buy like small baggies of like popcorn chicken, or like a whole piece of like a breast that's deep fried, and you just kind of eat it on the go. And it's so this style of fried chicken did kind of originate from Japan, not from Japan, from Taipei, Taiwan, and it's actually really good, very popular.
yeah. It's
Takoyaki
called
favorite
what do they
Pringles.
call it in Mandarin? It's called chi pai.
Yeah,
Chi
Chi
pai. Chi pai. Yeah. So it's like kind of
very
paillard is
good.
pounded out like a chicken cutlet, real thin, but it gets
Yeah.
stupid huge. Like it'll be like this freaking big, like
Yeah.
bigger than my head, put into a paper bag, like Mark was saying.
yeah. And there's no bones to it. So Ho Cheng, yeah. So shake fries, right? So we have like the flavor powder in our French fries. So I'll one up that actually. So in back in the U.S. in Freddy's, do you have Freddy's back home? Steak
Freddy's?
burger.
Steak burger. Oh yeah,
Smashed.
yeah,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So
smash the
Freddy's,
burger,
they have Freddy's has a French fry seasoning that you can just like take to your table, and you douse your French fries with the fry seasoning, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
So it's cool to see like Hong Kong kind of got something similar, but like in Freddy's, like you just go hard and you just shake all that stuff.
It's nuts, go wild.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. So these are like crinkled. All right, so what's your
nice,
opinion on
nice.
this one? I can taste the basil too. It is actually impressive. They nailed the basil flavor in this. I think the
Nice.
chicken maybe is not as strong. I think this one definitely. Okay, I'll be honest. They did pretty darn good with both of these. Like surprisingly good. Like, and these aren't flavors you're gonna find in the West. So I had to try these.
for
like,
sure.
For sure, had to try these.
I was about to say that would be like somehow the most American thing ever if that was General Tso flavored, you know, potato chips.
I would love, man, if I could find a General Tso's flavored
Oh,
chicken
my
one.
God. Yeah. Five
No.
Guys fries powder. Yes, sir. That's
Oh,
right.
Five
That's
Guys
also good
fries.
stuff too. That is good stuff too.
But speaking
Yeah,
of
I-
American food, well, Five Guys is in the UK too.
Yeah, they have Five
Yeah.
Guys in the UK
Yeah,
as
Five
well.
Guys in the
it's
UK.
it's fancy stuff over there in the UK. Dude, like I was telling my brother-in-law a while ago, I was like, yo, so in Hong Kong, we have Five Guys, but you have to pay like $25, almost $30 for a meal. And he's like, $30?
Wait, time out. You have a
Guys?
Five Guys in Hong Kong?
We have three or like three.
Really?
We have 3 Five Guys and 3 Shake Shacks.
You have a Shake Shack there too?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a Shake Shack in Japan too, I think.
Yeah, we have 3 Five Guys and 3 Shake Shacks. But they'll run you $25 a pop.
Oh, wow. Like U.S.
Yeah, I'm not joking,
converting?
man.
Are we converting for U.S. dollars here or what?
Yeah,
Not Hong
US
Kong
dollars.
dollars.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's $25 for Five Guys.
All right. Ho Xing Young was asking, I was wondering if the fried chicken from McDonald's are around the world, only in Hong Kong, maybe Taiwan. Yes, there's fried chicken here at McDonald's, and yes,
Yeah,
it's
same thing here.
pretty damn good too. It's
Yeah,
surprisingly good.
to be honest, like McDonald's out here is far superior to McDonald's in America. Like 100%. Like
Oh.
there's not even a comparison.
You can't compare the
Right?
two. Not at all.
You-
I
you
mean,
absolutely
absolutely
cannot.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to do, and I was trying to do for this show so badly, but they were sold out. Everybody. Oh, Masaki says he done the takoyaki at the Lelex office. Are we talking about the takoyaki or the takoyaki lays he was talking about earlier?
I remember him telling me that one time they had a celebration at the office, and then they had the you know, like when we go to Japan, like remember that time when we were in Tokyo, and then like they had like the track where all the sushi was there,
Yeah.
and then Masaki was ordering for us.
Yeah, like the,
So they said they had-
conveyor belt sushi places.
Yeah, the conveyor belt sushi. So Masaki told me one time they had conveyor belt people at their office. I think this is what he was telling me, or he had some people come to the office and make sushi at their office.
No way.
Yes, I was like,
So
this is early on. I think Masaki, I think you sent me photos before. It was either you had like a conveyor belt company come over, or you had sushi chefs come over to the Lelax office and was making sushi.
yeah,
it
we'll
was
let
pretty crazy.
everything catch back up. But Herman was asking about the black burgers. Yeah, we get those all the time here. They're usually
Oh
every
yeah,
few
the
months.
squid ink burgers. Yeah,
Yeah, the Burger King does it here, and McDonald's will do it too, I think.
yeah. Jollibee's also really good.
Yeah, but we don't have Jollibee here. That's all in. That's
So we also
Philippines.
have Popeyes in Hong Kong. We have one Popeyes. Here.
Popeyes. I love Popeyes chicken.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, McDonald's fried chicken is legit.
It is legit.
Their breakfast burgers, like the pork patty they use in like the sausage McMuffin
Yeah,
here.
it's very good.
It's so much better. It's not as
It's
greasy.
actually juicy.
Yeah,
it's actually really good. Like
but-
the McDonald's. I don't know if you guys get it over there, but do you have that one that's like the piece of the ham steak? Not the ham steak. It's like the hamburger patty with the. Oh yeah. The sushi chef came to their office and was cooking on their tables. It's
my
so
gosh.
awesome. Yeah. So like what it was like, they have like it's like the sausage patty, but it's a piece of ham. It's ham, and then they have like the scrambled eggs on top.
No.
And it's in a burger. It's in the same bun as the filet-o-fish. It is by far, I think, the best sandwich that McDonald's has.
They've
Like,
done the
even-
long burgers here. They had basically, I called it the Taiwanese McRib because it was the exact
Yeah.
same meat patty as the McRib, like the shape. You know, if you guys and gals know what a McRib is, those of you in the States have done the McRib. It's the same shape, but it was a black pepper sauce. So it was like black
Yes.
pepper beef, and it
Yes.
was so
It's
flipping
so good.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So it was like the black pepper beef McRib instead.
Yeah,
and
it's really good.
Oh, so good.
I know, like, people back in America listen, it's like, man, these two fools talking about McDonald's, and how
McDonald's,
good
I
it
know.
is. But like, bro, you gotta keep it real. Like, you know, like how they have like the chicken sandwich wars between like Chick-fil-A and Popeyes and all that. There's no chicken sandwich war here because KFC chicken sandwich has nothing on the McDonald's chicken sandwich. I can't
No.
even believe I'm saying this, right?
There's KFC
And
everywhere,
it's-
by the way. There's
Yeah.
KFC absolutely. Yeah, we on dessert. Yeah, Krispy Kreme. I'm not talking about Krispy Kreme because they don't do hot and fresh here. No.
Hong Kong has no Krispy Kreme. Hong
We
Kong
do.
has no real donut place.
We got
Like
Krispy
we
Kreme.
only have like
we've
a
got
Jayco.
so we got Krispy Kreme here. We've got Dunkin',
You have Dunkin'. You have
and
Mr.
we
Donut.
also have Mr. Donut from Japan.
I can only shake my head.
I know.
I got none of that.
Yeah, it's like you can pick
Dude,
what
like
you want.
there's Jayco here. It's a branch from Indonesia. I mean, they're not bad. Their coffee is really good, which, you know, Indonesian coffee. But their coffee is very good. Yeah, good point, Winky. Cold Stone. I missed
Cold
that.
Stone. Yes, it's here too. Just come to-
What?
you don't know? Yeah, it's Cold Stones everywhere.
What?
You didn't know we had Cold Stones here? Yeah, you can go like pretty much anywhere here and get a Cold Stone Creamery.
What?
Yes.
Oh, Ho Chang, if you want good Mexican food, there's a place called Pablo's in TST East. 2 thumbs up.
See, I'm glad you. I mean, there's not really any. There's one Mexican food place I go to. It's called Macho Tacos. It's pretty good, but it's not great.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
I mean-
it's probably the best I've had here. So
I would say this, like, yeah, oh yeah, Jco is good. Like, I'm gonna have to agree. Like Jco, I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad. Like, I would say for what we have, it's the best donuts and I think one of the best coffees in town. But since Starbucks had the Nitro Brew, I'm just like 100% back on the Starbucks, the Nitro Cold Brew. Mr. Donut to Gambit, yes, he does. Like Max loves his Mr. Donuts. Yeah. Every time Masaki comes to the office, it's like Santa Claus coming. So everybody's super hyped when they know Masaki's coming to visit.
oh, sorry, Lima. I guess the chatbot put you in timeout because I guess it thought that J.co was a link. So like our
Oh,
automated
what?
chatbot just threw him in timeout and like deleted his message and all that. So it's stay tuned. It's like I think it'll let you out of chat jail in like 3 minutes. So just hold tight. Like
Oh, sorry,
sorry, man.
man.
Yeah, it's like all automated. All of a sudden, I was looking at chat said, Lima was timed out by Stream, which is our chatbot, for 300 seconds, and it had deleted you. And I was like, oh, not deleted you,
Oh
but your
no.
message. Sorry about that. Yeah, because it was J.co, so I guess it thought he was putting out like a link in the
Right.
chat.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Chris
but
Pratt
hey,
with the Debbie
Jco
Downer.
is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we did
Yeah.
see your chat. Yeah, we saw it, but yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry
we
if you
saw
see
it.
you're
Yeah.
in chat purgatory for a few minutes. What else, man? What else do we have here that's good food wise? That's Western.
Oh yeah, yeah. So let me tell you a story about what happened in Krispy Kreme in Hong Kong. So this was, I think, about 12 or 13 years ago already. What happened was Krispy Kreme kind of exploded here for a while. Like there was like six stores. Incredible. And I was just losing my mind here because like, your boy missed some Krispy Kreme. And one day I was working retail at the time. I crossed the road because we made friends with the Krispy Kreme people. Um, After that, I bought like a couple dozen donuts. We came back. The next day, they were shut down, like literally gone. Everything was gone. The tables were gone. The cashiers were. Everything was just gone. And I think somehow they went bankrupt, and they
How
just up and
fast?
disappeared.
Like
Yeah,
just
just
overnight gone?
they yeah they were opening up everywhere, and if you were on the outside looking in, they were making so much money because like they were just going hard, and lines out the wazoo. There was hardly ever any stock left of the original glazed, and a bunch of their stuff was always sold out. Like I was so surprised at the fact that like
Hmm.
they were just up and leave. So that's the sadness about Krispy Kreme here. I mean, they were here one day, gone the next, and then
Maybe it
we
was like a
had no
managed like
donut place.
there were like partners involved and they didn't get along and they had a
Maybe,
bad split or something.
probably. I mean, like it went from that to it is what it is. I mean, now, I mean, thank God we have two Jcos in town. So we have one in Mongkok area and one in Wan Chai. So like, so there's two, but we have three Five Guys.
3 5 guys. Hey, don't
Who
as
would
long as
have
the five
thought?
guys stand. So the
Yeah,
one
who
thing
would
I
have
was gonna
thought?
try to do for tonight, and I tried and tried and tried and tried, and man, it was like we looked everywhere. We looked all over the entirety of Taipei. Pizza Hut has released a special edition pizza here. Now,
Oh God.
let me preference Pizza Hut in Asia. At least I can speak to Taiwan. Like, you might find pepperoni pizza somewhere way down on the list. Like, super,
Pizza Hut, yes.
yeah, like super way down the list. And maybe a veggie one down there, but it's not even the same veggie as
Yeah.
the States. Everything else is some weird version of a pizza that you probably never had in the States. Like, we do have takoyaki
Broccoli
ones
and
and
yeah.
yeah, like lots of pineapple ones, lots of seafood based ones.
They had a takoyaki one here one time.
They did, yeah. They had a takoyaki one here too. Well, 3 4 days ago, I think it's first of the month, they released the Taiwanese one, and it is the pig's blood rice cakes.
No. Oh
P-
wait, no. I've
Pidan-
seen this.
Pidan-
I've seen this.
Pidan, Shanxai, and how do you say peanut powder? I always forget. Hua Shen Fen. Yeah, Hua Shen
Oh
Fen.
my God.
So it's the pig's blood cake. So if you haven't seen it, it's like a rice cake and pig's blood, and it's like this. And you
Yes.
cut them into chunks. Pidan, which is the century egg, which is that black preserved egg you might have seen if you know Taiwanese food. It's like the white part of the
Low-key
egg
is
is
really
like
good.
see-through and black. It's crazy
Yeah.
looking, but it actually tastes pretty good.
It's very savory, low key, very good.
It
Anyways,
actually
back
is.
to you.
It's umami, yeah, definitely. And then there's Shanxai, which is cilantro. and then peanut powder, like basically ground up peanuts to the point of
Yeah.
the powder. And this
Oh God.
is the pizza.
Yeah, it is the thing right now, right? I've seen this. I've seen this on Facebook. I have friends in Taiwan that have posted this. I was like, what? I was like, no, this cannot be real,
Yeah.
man. This cannot be real.
Yeah, it's real, and we actually found one, and before we can place the order, it was gone. Like, it still had the ingredients in stock. Like, they've been perpetually out of stock since they opened. I've been wanting to try it, but it's basically all the night market food possible and all the traditional Taiwanese food just slammed on a pizza and sent out the door. Yeah. So the goal was to have it, to show it here on the show, but just couldn't get it. Like, there's nobody
Yo,
has
that
it.
would be so awesome. That would be like the most awesome thing ever.
So instead, I had Costco sushi for dinner.
It's okay. I had,
And yes, we
I
have
had
Costco
whatever
here.
I was having tomorrow for lunch for dinner. Meal prep, man.
Meal prep, man.
baby.
Well, I did
Yeah.
that. I had lunch. Today was my dinner last night. It was lunch today as well. So,
Oh, nice.
but yeah,
nice,
Stubaka,
nice.
Boba Pizza. Yeah, they did Boba Pizza.
Ugh,
There was another company that did. They were
give me
covered the
shivers.
news story about this one pizza, and then another like a local, like a small pizza place, not like a chain, but they were just doing like the
Right.
artisan style, like the California style or Napoli style Italian ones, and they were doing what a Mien Shen and what was the other? And Luro Fen. So Luro Fen, which is like a braised pork rice, and then Mien Shen, which is a rice noodle with typically like intestines put into the sauce with kind of a brown savory sauce all mixed together. So it's like a rice
on
noodle
a
soup.
pizza.
But it's gonna be on a pizza, yeah.
On, wow.
There are two different ones.
I always think I'm a very adventurous eater, but I don't know what I think about this.
Yeah. So I'm still gonna try. If I can get this pizza, it will be. I'm gonna totally get it. I'm gonna do a video of me eating it and talking about it, and I'll put it up on the new channel. So it's totally gonna happen. It'll be on there if I can get a hold of it. By the
Domino's
way,
Pizza promoting Pizza Don. Like, how does that even work? Is it rice? Is it a rice pizza? Is
Pizza
it like a
donburi?
rice? Like, what?
what? By the way, I
have
put
a
a
hard
link. I
time
put a link to our
wrapping
new
my-
channel, which if you guys want to see going forward,
Ah, yes. Yes.
don't forget to sub over there. That's where it's gonna be. So Pizza
Yes.
Don, really?
Really?
Domino. See, I've tried Domino's pizza here, and
I have yet, get this. So I've been so fortunate to be able to go to Japan so many times already. I've yet to have any Western food there.
you know what?
Ever.
Masaki keeps telling me, and I need to try it. I want to try that Taco Bell there. The one in Osaka.
Yes.
There's that Taco
Yes,
Bell
they-
in Osaka.
Pizza ingredients on top of rice. That's just
so it really is a pizza donburi. So you have the bowl of rice, and then you're just throwing all the pizza ingredients literally on top.
If I made, mashed potato pizza donburi doesn't sound that bad.
But okay, is it really a pizza? I guess it's pizza donburi, not
I guess
donburi flavored pizza.
that would be weird.
Well, donburi flavored pizza is pretty good. You can just do probably like the
But, like,
ingredients,
beef
the
dom?
flavors, the beef dom, and the
Yeah.
toss it on a pizza.
Like just your traditional gyuton, and then like with cheese on top. Damn, man, that sounds actually pretty good.
Okay,
now I come to think about
restaurant idea. Anybody can take this rent. Stu, you can steal this idea. We're gonna call a restaurant. We'll open one up here in Taiwan. It's gonna be called Dominate for donburi. Dominate,
it.
and it's gonna be worldwide different donburis from all over the world, like cheeseburger donburi, Mexican taco donburi,
Wow.
pizza donburi. That's it. There you go. There's your $1 million idea. Whoever's got the cash, go ahead and run with it.
Dude, yeah, you know what? What would be very interesting if you took that idea and you open it in the States, let's say in a college town, right? You did tacos, but as a taco donburi.
Yeah. Which would
Right.
essentially be a burrito bowl.
Yes, but you know how they do carne asada, right? On fries, right? So instead of the fries, you swap it out for some rice. Bro, you know what? Mexican restaurants probably already do it.
Maybe. Use Spanish
Yeah.
rice.
True. I mean, they are very culinarily inclined people, I would say. I've never had bad Mexican food.
No.
I mean, Mexican food that made me have to like poop, that's one thing, but it was always good.
Yeah.
Like
So you might
it's
regret
never,
it
I've never had
between
like, yeah,
4 and 18 hours later, but
yeah.
at the time it's
Like
really
I've
good.
never had Mexican food where I've ate it and it's like, yeah, it's always been like, oh, this is so good. And like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that.
Yeah. I think the same applies to Japanese food. I don't think I've had anything in Japan that I could actually say was like, oh, this is terrible.
No,
Or, oh,
I've
this is
yet
like,
to experience anything terrible. Like, okay, taco rice is again something Okinawa people enjoy for the longest time, and now you can get anywhere in Japan. Interesting, interesting. Okay, why does Mexican food? You know what?
I don't
Good
know.
question.
Ask
I don't
ask
even know.
ask
I don't know.
PepsiCo, the owners of Taco Bell, on that question.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
so cauliflower rice should be banned. Cauliflower rice is not that bad.
No,
Don't hate on
actually,
cauliflower
funny
rice.
story. I went to Costco and I actually picked up a bag of cauliflower rice tonight. It's in the freezer. I'm like,
It's not that bad.
I need to lower my carbs, man. I'm like, I've been eating way too many carbs. I'm like, I got to get these things under control. And I was just like, I'll buy cauliflower rice. And here's Herman
True,
giving us
yeah.
crap about cauliflower rice.
Look, man, like I think I've eaten brown rice straight up for the last 3.5 years, 4 years when I was meal planning and trying to
That's a good one.
get my weight in control. And I think I've paid my dues, and I'm done with eating straight up brown rice. So I'll just gladly eat a little bit of my white rice, and I'll just do an extra bit
What
of
about
cardio at the
purple
end.
rice?
You know, purple rice is not bad. Actually, you know what? I'll preface that brown rice is actually quite tasty. I just don't have the patience every night to let it soak for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's the fact that when you go to, yeah, you're right. When you go to make it, it adds like an extra 30 to 45 minutes to the
Yeah,
process.
exactly. You know, like it is very tasty. Like if you just cook brown rice like white rice straight up, you can do it, but it's gonna be kind of
Crunchy.
chewy.
Yeah.
It's kind of chewy, and it doesn't hold your flavor or whatever you're eating with it very well, and it's literally like you're eating sawdust. But then hey man, I'm just keep it real. You lose the weight real quick, right? And because it's also so fibrous. Like
Right.
it's so like I've never pooped better in my life. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm getting like chats from my producer over here off camera. And she's like, asparagus juice.
Asparagus juice.
Yes. Is
Are we
this
gonna get
just a
into the weird
Taiwanese
juice?
thing? Is this just a Taiwanese
Okay,
thing, or is this
so-
Hong Kong too?
No, so Hong Kong we have some other weird juice. Like Hong Kong does like a bitter melon and cucumber juice.
Dongguo.
Yeah,
How do
exactly.
you say cucumber? How do you say cucumber?
青瓜.
Xiaohonggua. Yeah.
Oh,
so dong-
小黄瓜. Oh.
Xiaohonggua. So Dongguo, Xiaohonggua. All right. Yeah. I don't know about that. Bitter melon. I can't. That's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of
I can't
everything
wrap
I've
my mind
tried
around it.
here, I can't get behind the bitter melon craze. That's like the one
I
thing
can't do it, man.
I can't do.
Can't do it.
And for
I
those of you who
can't do
haven't
it.
tried this, it is as described. It's a melon, and it looks kind of like a slightly translucent, like gourd. I guess it's in the gourd
It
family.
looks like how it tastes. It's lumpy.
Yeah,
It's very green.
and it's
Um,
incredibly bitter. And Stu, we're gonna come back to you on that one. You actually, we're gonna hit your point in a minute on that one. But yes, the bitter melon, it's just, and they'll do it in like, you can go order at tea shops. You can get bitter melon added to like drinks.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's in like, sometimes it's a surprise vegetable if you get a lunchbox, you know, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah, it's a super like every time it's summer season and you walk down like Mong Kok, kind of like where Gun Street is here, you have these juice these stands that usually sell like fish balls and siomai and stuff like that. And then so they'll have like the juice there.
yeah.
And yeah, so it's it looks like
it's just, it
Deadpool's
tastes like
face.
nothing.
Yes, you're
yes, it
right.
does. It looks like Deadpool's face. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit, it really looks like Deadpool's face. It just serves no purpose except to just taste bitter. It has no other flavor. It's just one-dimensional bitter, like, and bitter to the point of like chewing a raw aspirin bitter.
Yeah,
That's the best way to describe it.
it's no good. I'm gonna tell you that
Yeah.
it's no good. Like I like look, respect to the people
No bueno, muy mal.
who eat
Oh
it,
God,
right?
that's
You know,
bad. Yeah.
respect for the people who enjoy it. I could never get behind it.
Yeah.
And but what they do is so they mix like a bitter melon, celery, and I've seen cucumber with, and then the sweetness they get it from, yeah, my producers were telling me is like with bamboo and well, not bamboo, sugarcane.
Oh, sugarcane. Okay.
Yeah, sugarcane and some um, carrot. So that's where
Carrot.
they get the sweetness from. Yeah.
All right.
So
Durian versus
all right,
bitter
Ho
melon.
Chang,
Pick a bullet. That is
durian,
easy. Durian. I would rather hit the
durian,
second.
100%. Because I
Oh my
love
gosh.
durian. I love the smell of durian. I love to eat durian, and I love the creamier the better. Like I like it like almost like custard.
Durian is
Love
like
durian.
on the scale. It's like it's I could do it. It's like I can do it out of a bet, you know, and not make a face. It's not my favorite, but between those two, it's a hands down. I'll do durian. When it's durian
Well,
season, you
durian,
walk into a grocery store here, or you go to like a
yeah.
market. It's just like it's in the air. It just hits you.
Durian, I think it's one of those things like, you know, you have to, it's almost like a baptism by fire thing, right? Like you have to go all in, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you've
Grab it.
eaten like a good one, like, you know, like a Musan King or like a D24, you know, that's a, you know, you eat it and then you just kind of taste it a little bit. It tastes way better than it smells, right? It does taste way better.
Yeah. You can say that about a lot of things, but yes, yeah, it does. The smell and the taste don't really match up. Sure.
Look, I'm just gonna keep it real. Somebody said, "Oh, babe, it's fine. Eat the durian." And I will not kiss you. So I eat the durian. I'm like, give me a kiss, and no. And she's like, no,
Nope.
no, no. Yeah.
Winky and chat dropping the throat face. So back to being not being back to Stu's comment way up there. Dragon fruit.
You know, dragon fruit, I think is okay.
It's
Dragon
good,
fruit
but
just got like it's tasteless.
But you
I
got to
feel like.
read like okay. First off, by the way, there's some incredibly sweet dragon fruit here. Like when it's in season, I've actually
The
become
red one,
pretty
right?
good at picking out the red one. Now in the States, they only really have the white dragon fruit. And if you don't know what it is, it's got like a red
Yeah.
flesh on the outside, a
Super
little bit of green
bland.
tips. When you cut it open, it's like white with little black speckles inside.
Looks like a kiwi.
Kiwi, like the seeds are like in a concentric circle, like in a circle in the middle. This
Yeah,
one, like
yeah,
the white,
absolutely,
the
but,
seeds are
yeah.
all spread throughout in the flesh, the flesh inside. But here we have the red ones.
The red ones are good.
Yeah, red dragon fruit. Now, red dragon fruit specifically is what Stu brings up. It has a secondary effect, a very strong secondary effect. And
Does it make you poop? It
yes,
makes you poop, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's exactly it. It's
Same.
oh my god, it's
Same thing. Do like every time I feel like if I'm ever stopped up, I'll be like, man, I need some dragon fruit juice.
yep.
It's so good. I mean, it's refreshing. It's a
Yep.
light taste. It's actually really good. But my god,
It tastes good. But boy, it works. There is nothing
Yeah.
medicinal I've tried that if you just need to keep the system clean, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
Rambutans.
have you had rambutans?
Rambutans?
They're like they look like lychees, but they have almost like they got hair on it.
If I have one
Like
of
they got little
those?
strands on it. So Freedom 762. So in my old job, I used to
not
work out of
Dragon
Southeast
Eyes.
Asia a lot. No, not dragon eyes.
Okay.
Rambutans is like once you take the shell off, it almost looks like a lychee and a dragon eye, very similar.
Okay, so
but,
it's got like
it's
the
also red.
translucent kind of skin
Yeah,
on the
it's
inside.
also red, but it has like little pieces, like almost little
think
hair,
I've had that.
single fibrous hairs on it. Yeah. So
They look just like a
yeah,
lychee.
in my yeah, it does, but the shell is kind of funky.
Yeah, the shell is a little funky. I'm looking at. I just
Yeah.
googled it. So
Yeah, so in my old job, I used to work out of Southeast Asia a lot. And one year when I was working at KL, so Kuala Lumpur, my colleagues at the time, like it was kind of durian season, so like you can get some of the finest durian dirt cheap. And so we had like a fruit spread one night. We had durian, we had mangosteens, we had rambutan, and it was delicious. Like it would be like, let's say $30 Hong Kong, $30 US, and then you have a whole spread worth of fruit. and then by the time you're done, you feel like you've eaten a full meal. That's how much fruit we had that
Oh
night.
wow.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, Masaki saying, Jono, you can do stinky tofu. You can eat anything with a strong smell. That's true, man. I
That is
love
very
a
true.
good cho tofu, a little stinky tofu, man. It's so
But the stinky tofu in Taipei is so different, though. It's not as foul as the one in Hong Kong.
right. Because remember, we went to that night market that one time,
Yes, we did.
and you had it, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is like the
Yeah,
best
it
one
was
I've
so
ever had."
different. It was the
Yeah.
best one I've ever had. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you got to
KL
get the
Bakute
fry.
is so good.
The
Yeah,
soup, you got to build your tolerance up to do stinky tofu soup. Like
right.
that's like expert level.
Yeah.
And you step down fried. I think no, fried is probably the beginner mode.
It's the basic one. Yeah,
and then
it's
you
very
move to
true.
like grilled, and then you can go to soup, and that's expert.
Yeah.
So
So fermented beans in Japan. So netto.
netto,
It's
yeah.
actually not bad. Do you know who really loves netto?
Who loves netto?
Tim Sargent.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Tim. I
Dude,
guess
that's
I
what
can
he would have every morning for breakfast when we were there. He had his nettos and then his raw egg on rice. And then he had his piece of fish. It was either aji or he had the salmon. Every
Mm.
morning. Every
Oh my
morning,
god,
that is what we had.
I missed the fish, like the cured or the cooked fish, and for
Yeah,
breakfast
for
in
breakfast,
Japan.
right?
Oh
It's
my
so
god.
good. Like a nice slice of aji
Oh.
with your bowl of rice. You know,
Are we doing a
it's
food
perfect.
podcast now? Is that what this thing is now?
Look, I'm trying to find a segue into like the Flak 10 and the
All right.
Sega 12, but this is really good.
Man, I
like
left
this
you a
ending,
good segue
you know?
with the dragon fruit. You could have like totally just
I know. How about this? We'll possibly get back to more food in the Q&A.
yeah.
Jono, you
All
want to
right.
lead us off with the Flak 10, Sega 12? I'm going to get another beer.
All right. So
I'm out of American
I don't
beer,
have
by
a
the way. I
lot of
gotta go
experience.
Japanese.
I don't have a lot of full exposure to the Sega 12 yet, but it's Chopped Up Pie. It should be the Chopped Up Podcast. That's actually a good name. Time to change it. New channel. Second, we're gonna add that on there. So the Flak 10. If you guys and gals don't know, Airsoft Innovations has been teasing / pre-ordering a probably the Airsoft's first true, with air quotes, shotgun, the Flak 12. And this thing truly shoots a full real burst of BBs per trigger pull, and it's semi-automatic. And you can adjust the spread pattern, I think, it's a la Tokyo Marui style, but I think it's obviously you're shooting how many, like 30 B? Is it 20 or 30 per pull?
I think it's 10.
Is
10
it
and
10?
5.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah,
what it's
Flak
called.
10 and Flak 5. Yeah.
Let me just Google it. so
Thank
I
you.
can give you.
Thank you, Freedom762. If there is no Centauri premium malts around, Sapporo is my go-to Japanese
That's your
beer.
go-to. Okay, yeah, so it is. You're right. 10 BBs per blast, semi-auto firing, adjustable hop-up, onboard capacity for gas, either green gas or propane, with over 1,000 BBs. That's 100 shots
That
with a
is
single
crazy.
fill of gas. You can adjustable FPS with the onboard regulator, so you can actually change the power. And it's bull pop, so it kind of looks like a strafer. If you guys remember the strafer, it's only 22 inches long, 56 centimeters, give or take, 3 kilos, 6.5 pounds. So
Yeah,
the
I
mag
think-
holds 190 rounds, but it's an M4 mag. It takes a regular M4 mag. So
It's definitely not a looker. I'm gonna say that. Like,
it's
yeah,
if I get this, I get it in pink, just because.
just cause. Yeah, just cause.
And you
I
can
think
put
the
chokes
Flak
in it.
10
It literally works the same. So you can actually put a choke inside of it.
Oh yeah,
To choke your shots for a tighter grouping, or you can do like full choke and have a wider spread. So
you can also do the what's that called? You can also put a tracer on the inside, and you can.
yeah, that's
blast
right.
those tracer
And
pieces
actually
out.
watch it, which I
Yeah.
think is awesome. $600 from. That's I think the rest other versions are if you.
Yeah,
if
I
you get a
think it's
Sierra
like-
coded, they're $50 extra US.
And I think you need to add extra for the tracer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like I think, technology-wise, great technology. Putting aside, it's definitely not a looker. I mean, you don't get this gun because it looks cool, right? But I am like Airsoft Innovations has always kind of intrigued me in the fact that they live up to billing, right? They're very innovative. So I'm more interested to see like hear more about the engineering side of this. Like, how did they do this? Like, what makes this thing tick? Like, I'm really excited to learn more about the internals and how it works and so on. And that's what always intrigues me. I feel like it's not something that you would be like, oh man, I feel so cool, but it's definitely something that you can go out there and dominate with, right?
Yeah.
It makes it viable. Like suddenly when they came up with the 40 mic, it made like, if you want to be a grenadier, suddenly that's a viable role.
Yeah, but a lot of fields didn't let the 40 mic go.
True. I wish they could have calmed down a little bit.
Well, they
you
did,
know?
but I think when they made the master mic, it was just, I think, a little too late. It was too, I mean, they reacted as fast as they could, but I think the reputation was already out there that
Their
this
marketing
thing's-
was a little too good.
the marketing's
I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know,
Their
right?
marketing was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for the desired effect, but their marketing was excellent.
it got the point across. So
Yeah, man.
it's interesting is the Flak 10 and Flak 12, or the Flak 5, Flak 10, the gas fills in the front, almost where the front sight would be. So there's Picatinny rail, and there's like your flash hider muzzle, whatever. And then at the very top, there's like a tube, which looks like it would be like the gas system on a semi-automatic rifle, and that's, I think, your reservoir. And then the gas fill valve is like literally in that first notch of the Picatinny rail, and you fill it from the top. So like the rifle's this way, and you gas thing up from the front end. So I think that whole top, end to end, is actually a
your
gas
reservoir.
reservoir.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to take one entire can of green gas, if not two.
Wow. But hey, if it does live up to what it says, right? How many shots, right? Like what, 100 shots you said it was?
Well, it said
Then-
it'll do 1,000 BBs, so it's 100 shots with on a single fill, and it has no cooldown.
Look, if it can live up to that, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think what's more interesting is definitely the Sega 12. And so here is my hot take that I was telling you guys earlier about. So this morning, I was having a chat with our purchasing team, our purchasing manager, and I said, you know what? I kind of feel like the Sega 12 is a bit of a cop out from TM because, let's just face it, Tokyo Marui, where they are, it's kind of the wild, wild west. I hate to say it, but it's true. I would have hoped rather they have just done like a Benelli. Like put like the VSR 10 magazine, pop it in the bottom, reciprocating bolt, Benelli M4.
Yeah, I would have hoped if they would have done
Dude.
it, they went with the single. I would have wanted the shorty Sega 12 with the skeletonized side folder stock.
Yeah, I mean that was the
Instead
same
of,
thing.
like,
That was my
the
second thought. Yeah.
Full-sized monster. Like, let's do it, or reprise the Spaz 12.
Oh yeah, yeah. Throw that Spaz 12 in it. That would be pretty cool. Because like today, like what we were talking about, is I feel like Sega 12, cool. There are people who want it, and I think the system is interesting. But then like I feel like if they really wanted to like wow everybody, take whatever they did, however they did it, and throw it in maybe even the Benelli M3 with the pistol grip,
Mhm.
right? And if you had to put your magazine somewhere, because look, you have people like Modify or Action or Army. Action Army that do like the 30 round or like the 60 round VSR 10 magazines. If they can do it in those, right, then you can just take that magazine, you pop it into the bottom, you feed it directly into the chamber, and then when you're cycling, you just get the bolt cycling,
Yep.
right? There's no shells ejecting. You can still do the same charging handle thing that you do with whatever you're having right now on the Sega. And I swear to God, you'd blow everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
Sega's cool, but I feel like your market's very limited.
Yep. Punch, by the way. See you later on the subway. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're.
Punch.
But back to that. I think you're right. I think they really missed the bar. They started with the full size. They went with it. I think they went like super safe and traditional, which is surprising to me because if you look at their other shotgun releases prior, like the A12, and then like they went pretty wild. I mean, the SGR 12. They went pretty cool, and then they do this. Like I think Herman made a point in chat. HMOC made a point. It's like, triple the mag capacity and make the shorter barrel version. I would have been all about that. Put that big fatty drum on there, like jam it full of BBs, and give you the shorty side folder so you can clear rooms with it.
Yeah.
I would have
you
been
can live
all
out your
about
Travis
it.
Haley fantasies.
This thing's, full Sega 12 8K extra length. It's like a 105 length, and it's a monster. And it doesn't really fit a purpose. Like, why am I going to invest in that? Like, I get why the AA12 was what it was, because it was 1-to-1. Why would you go with something that's nearly as big and long when you have the option to make something that's shorter? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I would have loved it, like, to go on with that, like, shorty Galil sized kind of.
Yeah. I think, like, they made that 870, right? And the 870 is great. I feel like one gun a shotgun that TM has made that's always been kind of underrated is the KSG.
Yes.
Like, I think the TM KSG is by far probably their best shotgun offering by far, like by a long mile.
Yeah.
A long shot, like their best one. And I felt like they had the 870, then they had the Breacher, and then they had the KSG. Like, I would have hoped that, they would have threw out a Benelli.
Yeah.
That's like, I was hoping for something big. Like, we went to, maybe because I was a little bit jaded because we came back from the agency arms party like last year when we were like finger banging their Benellis, but like then TM releases Sega. I was like, okay, cool. You can check the temperature of your magazine, awesome. I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but I just feel like I just wish that they would have just, taken the chance and done it. I mean, they do it with everything else.
Or like you said, they have the system, right? Let's maybe, instead of dropping it in something new, which again, they have, like, it's Murray, so they have literally, it's Japan. Like, you can almost pick virtually anything to make. There's very few restrictions on licensed items in Japan. So they have like an infinite catalog of things they can pick from and infinite versions. Like, they can do what the heck they want. It's the Wild West, essentially, when it comes to licensing. There, like I said, there are some that are off limits, but not many. And you pick like
I feel like there's probably a small sea change in that, seeing that Laylax is starting to carry more of these licensed products. But you're absolutely right. I mean, they could have chose anyone. Going back to your point, dude, can you imagine if they made a folding stock SPAS 12, just like what we saw in Jurassic Park?
Like, bring the SPAS 12 back with the new system. It's a semi-automatic. I mean, like, it's a semi-auto shotgun that was never a semi-automatic shotgun.
Yeah. With the top folding stock, just like Jurassic Park.
Which, when they sold it, you bought the basic shotgun, and you had to buy the stock separate. And then they never made enough stocks, right? And you could never find them ever. Like, they didn't exist.
Yep.
So, I don't know. For me, it was just one of those things that they were so close yet so far. I was like, I'm with you on that one. Like, they have so much potential. However, to your point, if you look at Laylax, hey, sky's the limit for companies like them, right? Like, now they're like, all right, Marie just released the basic boring, the boring shotgun. Yeah. All right, well, we're about to drop like every accessory, rail, cool gadget, widget, short barrel.
That's right.
Possibility for this thing. So,
and it's so cool to kind of like be in a position where we can kind of like expect that now, right? Like, every release, then you're like, okay, that's cool, but what the accessory is going to be like, right? And I think that's the really cool part of all this.
Like, I think it's a side folder anyway, right? The Sega 12, isn't it? Like
yes,
it is. So this is a side folder.
It's like the 70. It's like the 74. No,
74,
the 103,
105,
104,
103, 105. Yeah, one of those. Yeah. So
one of those.
All right. So I see like Lilacs jumping on a stock in like
pistol grip,
rail system. And then maybe if they can probably do it, I don't know how it's built. We'd have to get a
outer barrel,
new barrel, new outer barrel with shorter inner barrels. That would be probably a big mod.
Well, there you go. I think Masaki has spoken.
Somehow, we didn't want to out you, man. We didn't know, I
mean, look, Masaki. We always have this talk. Every time we chat, you're like, oh, hey, you guys, we don't purposely bring you up in conversation. It's just so natural.
Yeah, it just happens, you know.
It just happens.
Yeah. So anyway, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That would be fantastic. Thanks for building a great platform, Tokyo Marui. Now let everybody else just mod the crap out of this thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to have new stuff.
Yep.
It really is. It really is cool to have new stuff. And in that sense, like I was trying to say, I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but I just feel like they could have really just knocked it out the park. They have the system. They got they got it down, right? They I think they fixed something that we wanted to see like Marushin and Tanaka do with their semi-autos, right? Their problem was that it's too expensive. They couldn't really shoot that well, and they just weren't fun, right? I mean, they're cool. I would say this: they're cool and fun, but they just weren't like something you would want to use, right? Take it to the range maybe a couple times, have a good time, great. But that was it. And now they finally have something that's viable, and I just wish it came in a different skin. I don't know. Maybe that's just my bias. I just felt like they could have done so much more with it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But Private Bumpkin, the Cybergun FN SLP, semi-auto with a single or 3BB shot, semi-auto shotgun, CO2 powered.
The SLP, is that?
What is that? Because I'm thinking of there's also the Fab Arms, the STF-12.
Which I think VFC also did a great one with that. I'm just saying.
But what's funny is it launched, and I think it hit big in Asia, but then you just I don't know what happened to the rest of the world.
Oh yeah, I see it. It looks kind of like a Benelli. The SLP.
FN SLP. So they're under the FN license. Okay.
There.
Yeah, so it's either FN or the Swiss Arms license. Who has Swiss Arms?
Cybergun.
Okay, so it is Cybergun. So it's all it's both under the same roof. All right.
Yep. I would like for them to bring out the Beretta semi-auto that TFB just did a review on. That was pretty cool. It looked pretty nice. It looks very similar to the SLP.
I'm still waiting for who was it we saw? What was that? The hotness at SHOT Show. I'm totally drawing a blank. The
Origin, not the
no, it was a 9mm platform, semi-automatic, kind of submachine gun ish. So.
It's not Flux, right? Because Flux is just the brace dudes. Though, big shout out to Flux. I love you guys. Just saying.
I'm trying to remember. Anyway.
9mm SHOT Show. SMG.
I took a photo of it at range day. Who was it? Who had it? Nobody had the license. Well, it wasn't Geisly. Who was it? No one has the license in Airsoft.
I am drawing a blank, but
me too. Totally drawing a blank. Anyway,
all right.
We'll think about it. It's been 2 years.
We'll think about it.
So.
Yeah, I know, right? What the heck?
Yeah. Let's see what else.
Craziness.
Adam Baldwin, Sega, and Flyer Fly. I know. See, right? I think it's The Spaz 12 was originally, I would say, Jurassic Park did that. But wait, wasn't it in Counter Strike?
The Spaz 12?
No,
it wasn't. Was it? ACP 9? No.
CS:GO, is it, or is it a skin?
Was it?
It was
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
It was a mod.
In there.
It was skinned. Yeah, it was a skin
for
the.
Okay.
It was a skin for the XM 1014.
Okay.
CS 1.6. That's why.
Yeah, but I wish they would have done that. If not the Benelli, at least you're right. Bring back the Spaz 12 in this configuration. I think it would sell like hotcakes. I mean, it would sell, I think, orders of magnitudes more than the Sega. I'm just saying, but whatever.
So ACP 9, so the APC 9, and I see the Double Eagles making one. The ACP 9 is B and T. So I'd imagine that.
Yeah,
ASG
I don't think it's
would have
B&T.
something to say. ASG would have something to say with that, but it wasn't that one. Oh, a jackhammer.
No, it was not.
So I remember one. A buddy of mine, his father was an arms importer in the States. He did a lot of government sales, and this is the first automatic shotgun I ever shot. It was forever back when high school. It's a USAS 12.
All right, let's see what
It is like
USAS 12.
it
Is
is
it the Turkish ones?
no, this thing was ugly as sin, man. It was it looked like it was a U.S. made one. I think they made it in South Korea too.
Oh,
What
yes, it is.
it looks like somebody decided like, hey,
It's so bad.
you know how Sega made a 12 shot they made a shotgun that looks like an AK? We're gonna make a shotgun that looks like an M4. This is what we're
It's
gonna
so
do.
bad.
And that's what they
Yeah,
did. It's terrible.
It's so bad. I had to snort. It's so bad.
It's bad, yeah.
It's so bad.
And
Turkish
yeah.
shotguns. Yes. I know. I feel you, bro.
I think it was it was kind of like a predecessor to the AA-12-ish around that time. It was built in 89. I'm dating myself, so.
Look, if we're going to talk about the 80s, I want the Calico. Bring back the Calico. Yeah.
Somebody needs to make that quad rocket launcher. That command, like,
And put
Schwarzenegger had
440
Commando,
mics in there.
and put 440 mics. You see, we got this.
Yeah,
Or, wait,
that's
who was the
right.
company that did the RPGs just now? That were the actual launching?
Aerodynamic.
Was it Aerodynamics? Okay,
Dynamics,
yeah. They need to get on that project. They need to have the
Yes,
the 4-barrel.
they need to do it. 4-barrel rocket launcher with 440 mics in there, but they have to use like they have to use a trigger with a spring-loaded firing pin. So you cock it once, you pull, and it shoots all 4 at the same time.
And they have to depress. It has to be stay depressed for a certain.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you use, like, for example, the Thor hammer from APS, right?
Right.
That thing has a firing pin in it. So you cock it, and you pull the trigger. The firing pin just hits. It just goes forward. It's spring loaded. So push the whole thing out. So if someone did that,
that would work.
It'll be A plus plus.
Yep. It's my favorite. This is the winner.
That's the winner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they've been trying them both. It's the winner.
All
So,
right,
chat.
What do you guys
Even
have
though
in
we've been
mind?
like in chat the whole time.
I know. Between the food topics and then the shotguns. Yeah. Let's open it up to chat. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead. Shoot your shot. If you guys don't know, we do want to drive subs to our standalone Hopped Up the Podcast channel. So links in the description. Go ahead and subscribe.
Just drop the link here.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Links also in chat. We just want to make sure we have all the people go over there and sub, and that way we can flesh that channel out. Helps us get better functionality in chat. And our streams are a little bit more interactive. Yeah. So just, that's definitely a reason why we want you guys to go over there and kind of also like disseminates our content. Yeah.
Obviously, if you've noticed, it's not a wholly Airsoft podcast here.
Yeah.
Stubach is asking, VFC MP5K video when?
Next week.
Next week for you?
Well, fingers crossed from me.
Yeah. What are you doing? The MP5K? Did I ever?
So
I never
this week. This week I'm doing the much requested Arcturus M4. I think that's how you call it, Arcturus.
Arcturus.
Yeah. Their Karambit, which is basically their M4 video. Yes, Herman, I'm also doing this for you guys. So much requested. So I'm doing the Arcturus video this week. I'm comparing it to the Crytek Trident PDW. So something really high end compared to something that's kind of entry level. Let's see how they compare.
It's going to be interesting, yeah, because like Arcturus is kind of like low to mid, somewhere in that.
Yeah, it's price range, entry level, no frills, looks decent. Let's see how it shoots. So we're gonna do that video this week, and fingers crossed, we're gonna do the MP5K next week.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't done the MP5K. I never did a video on that one. I got a hold of the MP5 SD, but I decided not to do a video on it because it was going to be discontinued. So it's like, why do a video on something that's going to be discontinued? As cool as it was, the GBB, what?
I think Dave Litton has a very good question for us.
Dave Litton.
Yeah. So as Americans in Hong Kong and Taiwan,
landmines.
What's the dating scene like there?
Different.
You want to take this one?
No. You can take this one. You can take you okay. Open this can.
We can bounce off each other. So I would say this. I would like to start by dispelling some myths.
Yes.
So um, there's a lot of myths going around that if you're a Westerner, it doesn't matter if you're from North America or Europe. If you're a Westerner, that you're going to be like a chick magnet. Let me just dispel that myth. That is wholesale not true.
Yeah, if you're
Okay, like
like,
a
I
lot
think
of
like if you're a three, you can start dating like nines and tens.
yeah. I mean,
No.
it's no. I think because Asia, especially that I would let's just call it what it is. These tier one cities that we live in. So that's going to be Hong Kong, Taipei, Tokyo, Osaka, Beijing, Shanghai, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok. These places, a lot of the ladies here, they're well educated, and they know what they want, and they've traveled and they've seen the world.
Mm-hmm.
And simply because you hold maybe a foreign passport or you're a foreign national, maybe there was a time and place where this was the thing. It was viable. Now, thanks to international travel and education being uh, more accessible to a lot of people, you're gonna have to work for it, right? If you want to attract that Asian lady from here that you find attractive, you want to get her attention, you're gonna have to work for it, just like you have to do it, back home.
Yep.
However, with that in mind, I think it's very eye opening, but you also have to be understanding of how you have to view their culture.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of a double edged sword. I think that depending, it comes down to the core of things. Like if you want to get into like the dating scene and like dating anywhere, it's about what you bring to the table, period.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, that's it. It doesn't matter where you're from, where you live, where you're traveling. Yes, there is a bit of, there might be for some people the mystique of you are from somewhere else. That's great. There could be preferences. And I think this might be one of the few positive benefits of being someone who's, let's say, American in our case, but, a foreigner, that because this is, like Mark said, a tier one city, these are tier one cities that you have people that have educated themselves, like, your potential dating pool has educated themselves in different countries, that they have a preference or have developed to like the culture and some of the things that come with the culture. So there might be a preference toward maybe toward more Western guys if you're dating, because, hey, I prefer the Western style of dating versus the Eastern style of dating. And again, it's a personal preference here. So while it may give you an advantage, it can also give you an incredible disadvantage, because there are people that come here for the sole purpose to be a player tourist, essentially, and working and all that. Now, that's obviously the pandemic has put a squash on a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
But for the people that do travel here or come here to get that job, like, I'm going to go, and no offense to some people who are actually here in chat who are actually legitimate educators, but some people who are here that will come just like do a 1-year stint, a 1-year contract to become a teacher, English teacher here, right? Anywhere in Asia. It's a relatively easier job to get. It requires very low credentials comparative to being an educator in the West. You don't have to have a college degree in most cases. A simple high school diploma will be good enough for you to be an English teacher here.
Native speaker, that's all you got to be for the most part.
And and they're here to have fun. You're straight out of college. It's usually a young guy, and that's where that reputation perpetuates itself. And it can be a negative impact for those of us that are from the West. Like, you're from America. Oh, you're from the UK. Oh, yeah, well, I've had my experience with guys like you.
I know you guys. I know what y'all all about. I'm like, where do you even start?
Yeah, that's really when it comes to.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's exactly what you said. It kind of goes like, what are you bringing to the table? When you're thinking about dating over here, because there is a lot of there is also some social stigmas that people have when you're a Westerner. It's, oh man, these people, like, they're so, lack of a better term, they're so liberal. They're so like, oh, like, I'm gonna do what I want, but but I'm a family girl, or like I'm a family man, you know, all this. So sometimes they're gonna love hanging out with you because like they get to feel free and they get to do things that they normally don't do. But then remember, it kind of goes the other way as well. Like if you're gonna go hang out with them, there are certain things that your partner or whoever you're pursuing may think or want to do that is completely out of your norm. Like, like, you know, why do we have to continually do these like, you know, sweetheart, you live with your parents. Why are you still like, it's like, why are you still paying rent? Or like, you're not living with your parents. Why do you have to pay rent to your
I think
parents?
that's
Right?
a
Like some,
super big point there.
yeah,
That's probably one of the biggest differences is living with parents. That
yeah,
is
yeah,
like, I would say my experience has been that was probably the biggest shock at first. It's like, you know, in the West, as soon as you're old enough, at least in the States, as soon as you're old enough to get out of the house, you're out. Like you're
hightailing
doing,
it.
yeah, you might boomerang
Yeah,
back after college a little bit. You know, you get your degree
yeah,
and you're like, I need to get my legs up underneath me. You may go crash at home for a year or so while you get your starter job and all that and get going. But for the most part,
so
there's a
true.
stigma of living at home with family. Just simply
Yep,
because the cost of real estate here is just, it's impossible to own a home
it is.
on the average salary that, I mean, you have to stay at home. You have to live at home. And it does
Yeah,
change
yeah,
things a lot. I think so.
yeah,
I mean, you gotta think like the average apartment here, like if you're in Taipei City, I mean, unless you're bringing, I mean, you can get a tiny hole in the wall for like 300,000, 400,000 US. I mean, you got to bring almost $1 million to the table if you want something decent
absolutely.
for a
Yeah,
home.
same thing in
And you
Hong
think
Kong.
I'm
It's
exact? I'm
crazy.
not. When I say decent, I mean like a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment in a decent zip code. You know, like a good zip code. It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
So yeah, 5, 6, $700,000 for an apartment here is not unheard of at all
yeah,
for an
definitely
okay
not.
area, and
Yeah,
maybe 1 bedroom, maybe one and a half. So
yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah, so like I mean the dating scene here is such a it's such a huge topic. Like that's almost like a podcast in and of itself to kind of tackle some of the differences. And it would be also great to like have some of the ladies kind of sit in and talk about that too, right? Because like from our perspective, it's always been it's like, okay, even though I'm half Chinese, I carry the stigma. They just look at me as a white guy. Straight up. I mean, just look at this face. I don't even look remotely Asian. Plus I'm tatted with a beard. So
yeah, don't
like,
even get into the tat situation. Like
yeah, don't even get
yeah,
into the
you
tattoo
having tats
situation.
is
You know,
like
I'm just, you know, I just like right now, you know, I'm fortunate to be in the situation that I am, you know, and so I'm hitched to a good woman right now, so I can't complain.
yeah.
So that is what it is. But yeah, there's so many interesting topics to talk about dating here, and it's definitely worth an
We
episode.
could
But we got to
absolutely, yeah,
move
we could
on
absolutely make an entire episode on
to
that.
another
Yeah,
one.
for sure. Yeah, we could.
Owen Chang, hey, we love you too, man.
Yeah, absolutely love.
Thank you for joining us.
Let's
How?
see.
Hey, here's a good one. King Nizza, how often do we play airsoft? You want to go first? Well, Jono, you can't really play much airsoft right now.
Can't right now.
So,
Yeah, like zero at
so
this point.
I used to play at least once a month. I during like the non-COVID times. But the problem with playing airsoft in Hong Kong is I'm a big outdoors guy. I want to go and play outdoors. I'm not a big CQB fan here because for the longest time, CQB in Hong Kong has been restricted to a lot of smaller fields that are very maze oriented. And up until my friends, a good friend of mine, kind of chipped in and started a site called Landing Zone, there's really not been a lot of well thought out indoor CQB airsoft fields in Hong Kong. I'm not trying to bash anybody. Look, there's been a style of play here and people enjoy it or people, you know, like that kind of play. That's cool. Just it was not my cup of tea. I was kind of done with it. So after they've kind of closed down a lot of the outdoor fields, I've just stopped. I wouldn't say stopped. I've just played less. And now for the fact that I also play American football on a weekly basis, you know, I have practice every Sunday. That's kind of eaten up into a bit of um, my airsoft time. Plus, a lot of my friends that I used to play with, they play on Sundays. I have practice on Sundays. Not a lot of groups that I know of play on Saturdays. So you know, yeah, Yeah, you should go to Landing Zone. Landing Zone is very good. Like I was very fortunate to be able to go up there and check them out before they were built. Like during the construction process, it's huge. I really like how the guys kind of really thought up how they want to section off their zone. So they have like a very well thought out kill house section. They have a middle portion that is very speed soft oriented. Then they have a bit of a maze slash kill house on the far end, and they have a shooting range inside. So they have a bit of everything for everyone. And they flow very well into each other. And it's big enough where you actually have to run. It's almost like some of the indoor fields you have in the US. Not as big, where you actually have to
Like CQB City.
Yeah, it's not that big.
big.
Or like even the one in
Tax City?
No. What's the one that Evic had in Houston?
Oh, High Ground.
Yeah. It's not that big, but kinda.
Because that's like a chunk of a shopping mall.
Yeah.
Like, if you've been to High Ground, like you've got like the walkway that you walk down, like the promenade area on the shopping mall, and then there's like, I think it has like four shops on each side worth of space, and you kind of come in the back of each shop and you go through the shop area. So it's actually you're fighting a small section of shopping mall.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that was a pretty cool event that they had down there. But my best memory of that whole weekend was when we were at that random bar next to Evic.
Yeah, that dive bar there. Yeah.
And Charlie was ordering these blood orange ciders, and they were so good.
They were good.
They were so good.
It was it was some local blood orange cider. Yeah. Like local brewery. It was so good.
We drank them out. We drank them dry.
Yeah.
Like, they ran out. It was so good.
Yeah, it was great. I remember that now. God, I forgot all about that. We had a whole table. Masaki was there.
Yeah, Masaki was there. Matt from Titan was there. You were there.
I'm 99.9% sure Masaki bought an entire round or like a whole table, like pretty much one day.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Sure.
Masaki's the man.
Yeah, I know.
Outdoor all day, yes sir.
Yeah.
Trying to find a hardest
outdoor.
kicking GBR.
I miss
pistol.
outdoors so much.
Yeah,
like
outdoors
especially in the
are
West, like American outdoor. Yep, Misaki forgot about it too. Mark just like brings it up. Yeah, let's see. Plane door, place Nomad 400.
Your drinking team has an airsoft problem. Yes, sir.
That's true. That's about it.
Yes, sir. My drinking team has a football problem too. I'm right there with you.
What equipment would you like to see improved or produced more in the airsoft industry? As King Niza.
Oh, that's a good one. I would like to see better, more robust quality plastic slides.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a place for it, right? Especially for the competition guys, right? The guys who run IPSC or Action Air, like, you can't have your slides failing every 3 rounds, man. Like during the world shoot, I've seen these competitors, they run their pistols hard and they're checking the slide and throwing a different slide kit on. Like it's just that's a bit much, man. Like it's a bit much.
So they're cracking the slides on it because it's metal.
I mean, granted, the guys who were doing this were the Russians, right? I was watching the Russians shoot the production with their Tokimori Glocks with with a surgeon green gas.
Yep.
And they're shooting it, and after every 3 rounds, they just took the gun, they threw it away, right? And just pulled out a fresh one, right?
Okay.
And then so so we just started talking and said, so well, like the slide's not catching the slide, the slide lock's not catching the slide very well, or like there's whatever. It's their perspective, right? But
I mean, it's a tool, right? It makes sense. I mean, if you're competing, that's just simply a tool, right? I mean, okay, I get it.
I mean, they have this proliferation of like these people printing 3D slides for competition use, but like at the end of the day, like Lilacs made the plastic slide for the P320, the M17, and now that I'm very interested to see like exactly how durable is it going to be. Let's say if you use it with green gas, right?
Right.
If it's good, then I definitely can foresee that there's going to be a market for it, especially for those people who really
Japan market only right now, but it's going to end up being potentially global. I mean, like I don't know. The stigma for me is like putting on my American hat, like plastic gun cheap, metal gun expensive. Like plastic gun bad, metal gun good. But it's not necessarily that way. to
Hmm.
be
Well,
honest.
yeah, private bumpkin is absolutely correct. Like a fiber reinforced polymer slide, that would be amazing. Like that would be great, ideal. Like I'm pretty sure that there are going to be people who are in the competition circuit who would want something that's light, like a 3D printed slide, but just not without the brittleness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm looking here. Dawson Tamazin's like the FNX. It's the hardest kicking, super accurate for hop up change. That's the VFC FNX. I remember that. God, when was the last time they made a VFC FNX? I haven't seen one of those in production in a long time.
Oh, you mean yeah, the Cybergun ones,
Yeah, the
way
Cybergun
back.
ones.
Like that was before I even joined Red Wolf.
That was
That's a
4 years
long time ago.
ago? 5 years ago?
No, way
More than
before that. I think
that?
it was I think it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
At least 7 or 8 years ago. At least that.
That was a beast of a
That was
pistol.
Yeah. I was still working at my old job. Oh yeah, I remember that thing kicking, and you could feel like the muzzle climb of that thing.
Yeah.
It's
And then
ridiculous.
but you're right about the bucking. It needed a bucking change. And then the KWA HK45 still is probably the most accurate pistol I have ever shot out of the box for airsoft. Like hands down, the most accurate.
KWA, here's the thing. Like with them, for me, I really like their USP tactical.
Mm.
It's still somewhere here. I don't know where it is. I have somewhere, like it was one of my first guns I ever bought coming, like, getting back into airsoft, and I bought it from eHobby.
eHobby. Oh my gosh.
I bought it from
HK.
eHobby.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. My goodness. Took 2 years. Oh, Masaki. It took 2 years for the M17 polymer slide development. Now it's in production now. Woo!
Finally. But
I
hey,
know.
when you're taking a green gas gun and you're retrofitting it for a polymer slide, and I'm sure I'm like, to me on the outside looking in, like I'm not an engineer, I'm like, oh, that can't be that hard, like, but I'm assuming that taking 2 years, there's probably a lot to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, given the fact that there was COVID stuck in between, I can't imagine like the R&D and like having to send samples and test samples and having to send it to Japan. Like, my God.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine like how crazy that's gonna be.
Yeah. Hey, Emble Airsoft TV, what's up, dude? I haven't tried the Maple Leaf MR bucking. I need to give that a shot.
I have not yet. I think we just got a bunch of those
FNX,
in recently.
FNX 45 or VP9, not even the same
Oh,
category.
FNX 45, no doubt.
You like the big
The
boy?
VP9 was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, the first batch of VP9s that we got were so good. Like, they were snappy. They felt great. But then like the later ones, running them through the chrono and everything, they were the same, but to me somehow they felt a little sluggish. I don't know why.
Wonder what
Maybe
changed.
I don't think they changed anything, to be honest. Like when I shot it through the chrono, it chronoed the same as when I first shot it. But somehow, maybe it's just like, my brain playing tricks on me, that when I shot it was a little sluggish. But yeah, FNX 45 for sure.
All right. New mask from Ho Ching Young. Let's see. Recently thinking about getting a new mask. Struggling what to own a Die 5. But I want to cover the forehead or above, looking for suggestions. I'm sure they make an add-on for the Die i5. It just seems like somebody would put an add-on to cover that forehead.
I don't know. I just run a helmet, and then if anything, the Ops Core goggle system that mounts straight onto your helmet, and then it's bungee tied to your accessory rails. Like, I would just go with something like that.
Holy crap, dude, business idea, man. How about I just design an add-on to the i5 that will literally...
Yeah, how about you just do that? We're just going to keep it at that. Jono's going to design an add-on for your i5.
Yeah, let me delete this part out of the stream. You didn't hear anything.
We're going to, like, no one said it. Ho Cheng, we're going to...
Yeah, keep it on the DL. I'll send you the first prototype.
We got you. Yeah,
there's nothing out there. Interesting.
The VP9 second batch fired downwards at a 15-degree angle.
You know who should make one of these? Brain Exploder.
No, you know who should make one of these?
Me.
Jonathan from Airsoftology.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and open that mold. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I know.
12 and a half months. Because production.
Hey, don't you have inroads with all the airsoft companies? Wait, isn't that the stigma that we know all these people?
Yeah. Like, I can't. Oh, I can make it and it'll be knocked off in like what? I'd have 6 to 12 months after it's produced before it's knocked off.
Oh no! Anvil Airsoft says too late. He's firing up the 3D printer.
Sweet, go for it. Knock yourself out, bro. I'll review it. Even better, just
There
send
you
me
go.
one when you're done. I'll get a video up on it. I'll send the business your way.
Owen Chang is okay. So can't find the Cybergun FNX. Is the Tokyo Marui any good? So far, I haven't heard any major complaints about the Tokyo Marui FNX. Funny thing, they released it, and everybody was like, "Ooh, yay, Tokyo Marui FNX," and then that was it.
Yeah. Gone.
And then and Tokyo Marui even released specific suppressor for it. I think Laylax also released. I could be wrong. Either it's you guys or someone else released some parts for it, like just like an inner barrel or like a hop up. That was it. And then it was.
Opinions on GPB MP7s?
MP7s?
GPB MP7s.
Is the TM still top dog? So, I don't think TM was ever top dog. I think it was always a battle between KWA and the Umarex. KWA, I knew, was shot notoriously hot.
Yeah, it shot crazy hot, and you had to buy a kit to tune it down.
Yeah.
Like, it was way north of 400 feet per second. Like, it was humming. You could buy it. They finally released, after like a year or two, they released a kit. But I'll tell you, the downgrade on that is not... I think did it just slide the bolt out? They're really hard to work on, MP7s in general.
What's up, Eric? You made it, bro.
I would say, honestly, I mean, just shooting them both, I'd have to probably say from a functionality, KWA. But if you want one-to-one spec VFC, because everybody else made like the mini-me size version. Like Tokyo Marui made it, and KWA just said, okay, well, this is the MP7, we're going to make it. And then nobody went and checked and said, oh, wait, the MP7's not this big, the MP7's that big. So the only true one-to-one size is, if you want is going to go VFC. The GBB is not bad. AG, I think it had a little bit of, it wasn't bad. They had a little bit of challenges at first, but I think they got everything hammered out on that one.
I think the MP7 AG right now, it's definitely hammered out. Like, to be honest, like I kept on hearing issues with it.
They had like it was something to do with Tappa plate.
Yeah. Like it was not selecting properly, so it was causing undue stress on the contact surface, and it would snap over time.
And it would crack.
But I'd never seen it, but hey, who am I to doubt someone else's experience?
But back to the question about the i5, aside from like, hey, I'm gonna make something, in kind of like half jest, that's why you see a lot of Speedsoft guys wear the beanies. That's really the solution, right? I mean, they put a beanie on. That's what it is. David Layton, getting to HPA guns, and it seems to be the aspirational setup for most people here in the States, but it seems not to be popular in Asia. Why is that? I can speak on that one. Power rules. They're like, Taiwan's pretty liberal with their power levels, but if your platform has the ability to turn it way up,
Yep, that's a big no-no.
You can get it, and they do a chrono with a 0.88 gram ball bearing, essentially 6mm ball bearing, steel. And if it shoots a certain joule level, I think it's 7, right? It's a pretty high joule level. It's pretty high. But if they can have the ability to circumvent it using whatever, like a direct feed, no reg, and it fires, it becomes a firearm. And that's where the problem is. So a lot of people here I can at least speak for Taiwan, don't want to touch it. For probably good reason.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, like, no one's stopping anyone from buying and using HPA, right? In Hong Kong, right? You can use it to your heart's content as long as it's within legal limits. But the problem becomes if the player, right, dials that pressure up, that PSI up, and it shoots over the legal limit, and somehow you get in trouble, well, guess what? Whoever sold you that's also going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why a lot of times, that's why Red Wolf has not really pushed a lot of our HPA. I mean, we carry Wolverine stuff. I mean, God bless Rich. He's a good guy. We carry his stuff. And, but we don't try to push it too much in Hong Kong, is because, there are the few bad apples out there that's going to ruin it for everybody, right? Yeah. And that it's an accident waiting to happen. We have a HPA community here, and they're very self-regulated. But all we need is one guy to do some dumb stuff, and then we're all screwed, right?
Done.
And that's the last thing we want.
Yeah, that's really it. So, yeah, that's kind of why you don't see it in Asia. I think and it really comes down here because most of the manufacturers are here, especially in Taiwan, Japan, Hong Kong. No one wants to take that risk, right? It's just a lot of risk. What? Rod Rambo's leaving Polar Star? Oh, sad day. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, no.
I like Rod. He's a good guy. Masaki, more parts planned for the VFC MP7. Masaki's like, oh, you guys talking about that? Like, he must think we're like totally spying on him at this point because we're like,
I think so.
He's just
I think so.
How do these guys know like everything we're working on?
I swear, we just gotta have the man on.
I know.
Right? We just gotta we have to do the Masaki stream.
Oh, actually, thank you, man. Ho Ching Young's gonna be a mod here before we know it. So, by the way, I dropped it in chat. Thank you for the reminder. Don't forget to sub because going forward, we're going to be on our new channel. The link just dropped in chat. It's also the first link in the description box below this live video. It'll also be up on the continued video once we're done live. It'll be published on the channel. Don't forget to check that out. That will be next week's link going forward. So make sure to head over there, sub on the channel, so you'll be updated. We're still going to be doing Mondays for now. We wanted to get everybody over there, and then we can kind of hammer out the day. So,
Yep.
let's see what else.
Let's do maybe
one more maybe, and then we can kind of wrap it up.
Yeah,
We've been on
sure.
for a long time.
Sounds good. Let's do one more.
Like 2 hours.
We gotta make sure that we had to stay on so Eric could join.
Eric finally got here, man. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally.
We're waiting for you the whole
Jeez,
time,
man,
dude. We want to go to bed.
I know, we're tired. It's almost midnight.
Old men over here, okay, bro?
know.
Come on.
We even had you missed it. We even had drinks.
Yeah, we're drinking Budweiser and Sam Adams. You're
it's very
proud.
4th of July. We're eating potato chips, and so.
Next thing we're gonna be putting, 5, 6, 7 pieces of large ice cubes in our whiskey and drinking it with a straw. Okay, so we'll just keep.
By the way, Johnny Sniper 117, man, no problem, dude, man. I'm glad to have you here on the show. We appreciate it, man. Good questions. Love to answer them. What else? What are we gonna do? Let's see.
Where are the hot dogs?
Hot dogs. You know what? I almost bought a hot dog today. It was at Costco, but.
So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of hot dog selections here. I can't. We used to have a hot dog joint right at the ferry, and it was really good. Oh,
we
my
got a good one.
God,
It's called
Tony.
Time Out. Hey, Stu, have you tried Time Out yet? Oh, Revention's here. Rev's in house.
Tony, what's up, man?
But yeah, we have a good one called Time Out, and it's like it's Danish.
They have Costco in Taiwan. Yes, they have Costco.
Yes, we have Costco in Taiwan. Yes.
Yeah, see, Taiwan got all the good stuff.
I'm
have
looking for
7-Eleven.
the Time Out. My favorites. I bet you they're closed now though. Time Out. I'm gonna see. They have this thing called the Viking hot dog, and they have a Thor one. It's like the biggest freaking. It's not. They don't they didn't go like foot long. They don't go longer. They just go the girth. The girth changes.
The girth. The girth.
It's
all
not
about
length.
that girth.
It's not length. It's girth. Ask anybody.
It's all about the girth. That's
It
right.
is.
It's not the it's not the size. It's not the length of the tool. It's how you use it, right?
Yeah, it's the girth of the hot dog, not the length.
That's
of the
what
hot
I've been
dog.
told. They have a place in Hong Kong called Zeppelin Dog now. That's according to my cousins is pretty decent. So
Bob
girth.
Kevin, American
Yes,
Bar.
sir. Girth.
I'm trying to find it here so I can look at their menu. I can't
Yes.
find it. Oh well.
Everybody needs a girthy hot dog in their
Yeah,
life.
skinny girthy
Come on,
one.
bro.
Yeah, I think it's like 200 Taiwanese dollars, so it's like $8 for a hot dog. This thing's like that big, and the hot dog is literally like the size of a Red Bull can. Like that's the girth of it. It's ridiculous. You get it.
I
And
should
you're like,
not have this image in my mind of you just like
I was gonna use
dominating
my
a
hands, but
Red
I was
Bull
like-
can. It's just
oh, it's the Danish Sausage Fest. Yeah. That's the one. It's exit. It's the Shimen. Yeah, Shimen Ding. It's in Exit 1, the Thor dog. See, Stu knows. Stu knows.
tuned in at the right time.
Yeah, it's
the
right
Girthed
there
Up
in Shimen Ding,
podcast.
Shimen Exit.
That's right.
Yep. to the girth up for Rev. See, this is why you have to sub. By the way, Rev, if you don't know it, we got a new channel, man. So I'm gonna drop it in chat anyway. Sub over there. It's gonna be where we're moving this because this is like part airsoft, but mainly other topics. So this is gonna be a little different. So jump over there, mash the sub button if you can.
Eat that thing on stream and risk demonetization.
Yeah, remember you can't make eye contact when eating a hot dog. Same thing. Same rules apply to a banana. No eye contact, please.
Look away.
Yeah, just look away.
You can't even look at what you're eating, for Christ's sake. And you have to hold it a certain way. Do not hold your hot dog like this, okay? Whatever you do.
Yeah. What food do I miss the most? This would be a good one to wrap up on, since we started with food and we're going to end with food. What food do I miss the most?
You go, Jono.
I've been able to find pretty good versions of a lot of things. I think I have to go back to good Mexican food. Like, I'm talking like Cali or Tex-Mex, like good. I'm talking really, really, really. Okay, I'll get super specific. Street tacos.
Yeah.
I'll get specific. That specific.
Yeah.
So
I'll be. Mine would be Cajun food.
Oh, damn! Can I change that? Like an etouffee or a jambalaya?
I've been trying to explain to Winky what a boudin is.
It's impossible.
And it's so good. Like Cajun food is like, I was gonna think barbecue, but then there's a hit and miss barbecue place here in Hong Kong, so I guess I can suffer with it. But like Cajun food, like good Cajun food.
I found a couple barbecue places here.
Boudin, you know, just to name a few. Like, my God.
Oh my gosh!
That is so
how do
regional.
you explain? Like, okay, it's like French cuisine. But then the Americans got a hold of it, and they made
then it's got a little bit of this Caribbean, Creole kind of stuff to it.
Caribbean in there. It's so hard to.
Like, it's definitely one of those weird regional foods that like you have to try it to know it, and then when you know it, you know, right? Yeah. Like I still find it very difficult to try to explain to like even Winky, who's been in New York. Like I try to tell her like Cajun food. The only thing she can really think about is like when we do crawfish, the crawfish boil.
Right.
She's been to some of those. Yeah,
you can do that. That's like the closest, easiest thing to do. Maybe I should do that. Maybe when I come back, I know it's blasphemy, like it's not really Cajun, but I should bring back some Zatarans as like a base and do some cooking, and like that. Get some filet powder and just do a few more things and like really kick up
gumbo. Yeah, that's right.
Like,
that's right. Private
really
bumpkin.
Start with the Zatarans mix and go from there. Because I mean, when you travel, you can only bring so much.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like that would be definitely something we should try to see if we can put together when we make the jump over to Japan to visit Masaki. If we can somehow do like maybe like a crawfish cookout over in Japan, because like look, ingredients over there are super cheap. I mean, maybe we can't take crawfish. Oh yeah, can't find good Cajun food in Osaka as well.
We can go basic. True. We can go real basic and get a bunch of Old Bay, and then we can do potatoes, corn.
They have
crawfish,
good sausage,
shrimp.
Yeah.
We got the sausage might be the hard thing to find in Japan, like a true like.
Well, yeah,
andouille.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
But
Costco?
Yeah, just the potato. Yeah. I don't know. Even if we just do the potatoes and the corn, and even if we don't do crawfish, we can substitute it for the 30,586 different types of shrimp that they have over there.
And then clams. You can do like clams, any kind of shellfish. So you can do oysters if you want to throw it in there. That could be good. Oh, blackened chicken.
That'd be cool.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna like my second runner-up. I know we talked about. I said street tacos. My second one would be jerk chicken.
Yeah, that would be my second one too. Jamaican food is also very low key underrated. Like that whole Caribbean scene is very good. Yeah, but it's also one of those like you gotta like you've had to have it to kind of know what it is. Like it's one of those I just can't. I don't know how to explain it.
You can't explain it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So good.
All right, we can end up on an airsoft question if you want to. Marcus Burton Shaw, have either of you guys played airsoft in Thailand?
I've been to Thailand several times, but I've never played airsoft in Thailand.
I've never been to Thailand, and of course that means I've never played airsoft there. So no.
I've gotten drunk in Thailand a couple times, but never played airsoft. Love Thailand. Bangkok, great place. I went to Koh Samet, close to Bangkok. Also beautiful little island. Been there. Chiang Mai, and
There's one island they just opened up for travel now without quarantine.
Phuket.
Was it Phuket? They opened Phuket up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, that is good. And again, I'm gonna just I hate to spam chat, but I'm spamming chat with our link to the other channel. So next week you don't miss out.
That's
on
where
us.
we're gonna be.
We're gonna be over at the new channel. So cool. Hey, apparently Marcus is in Thailand. So guess what? We've got someone we can go visit.
We have to take the show on the road.
Yes, we can travel
whenever it happens. You know?
I can just pick him up in Hong Kong and just connect through and just keep going.
Yeah,
So.
row a boat.
Yeah, rowboat, paddle fast. But
Yeah,
if you guys haven't subbed to the new channel, please go do it. The link is dropped in the chat. It's a couple chats up, also in the description box below for the new channel, so you don't miss out for next week. We're gonna stick with Mondays, same time, and we're gonna kind of get everybody over there, and we're gonna figure out the right time that everybody's happy with. A House, check out the video on demand. It's going to be up later. All these we do have up. I need to do a quick edit chop. I'm also going to put them over on the new channel so you can check them out. And if you have concepts or ideas you'd like us to cover, I know we covered a lot of food in this one, but we're open to ideas. We're still trying to find our legs. We don't want to make it all Airsoft because otherwise we just leave it on Airsoftology and make it the Airsoftology podcast. We wanted something different. So
Yeah, definitely. Like, do you want multiple topics, per show, or if you want us to do maybe dedicated episodes, let us know. I think we're always down to fine tune it. We'll see how it goes. Maybe next week we can experiment with just like a dedicated episode show, and we just go from there.
Yep. But love you guys. Seriously, love all of you guys and gals that are here. It's great. It's been better than we can ever imagine. This is third-ish show. The first one was like a test show, and we have actually 2 real shows now. So we're kind of getting our feet up underneath this. I'm liking this.
Yeah. I like this too. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. I mean, guys and gal, single.
And Winky. But hey, until next week, we'll love to see you here on the HoppedUp podcast. Actually, not here, over the new channel.
That's right.
Until then, we'll see you around.
Yep.